on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hey, y'all. What's going on? Girl, I had to go put some clothes on. I had to go get myself just a little bit of something cute. Okay, listen. Hi, everybody. It's good to see y'all that was over there on Instagram popping up in here. What's going on? Hey, members. Hey, members. Okay, y'all. I want to go ahead and get into the show because I really want to get to Love and Marriage Detroit because it's a in mess. It's a in mess. Okay. So let's go ahead, girl. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see how y'all comments. Let me, make sure y'all coming in. Yes, girl. Let me tell y'all, you can say what you want to, but the weightlifting that I have been doing on my legs has absolutely been doing what it's supposed to do. It's been doing what it's supposed to do. Hold up, y'all. Cause like, what the hell? What the hell? I cannot stand you goddamn spiders. Okay, always trying to make a damn nest somewhere. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so these shorts, girl, hold up. Cause I had got these shorts. I think these is she inside shorts. Child, what is that? Girl, messing around with them damn dogs. Okay, look. Messing around with my dogs. Okay. But do y'all see these shorts? Okay, my mic gonna wait. Do y'all see these shorts though? Like, y'all look at these shorts. Okay. Girl, if y'all would have knew how baggy these shorts used to be on me, like I feel like the last time I put them on, it was like, oh, these feel too big. Girl, I'm glad I kept them. I'm glad that I kept them because when I tell y'all, I can't put nothing like none of my jeans fit right now because my legs have gotten so damn big. Okay, because of the weightlifting, and it's just it's it's giving what it's supposed to give. It's how I feel about it. It's how I feel about it, girl. But it was a sign to me that all my workouts was working. Okay. It was giving all my workouts have been working. Okay. Because you can't fit your clothes no more. Y'all, I really want to go on like a little shopping spree. I, I want to go on a shopping spree so bad. And now that she in shopping spree, I was telling Lyric this. I'm just giving y'all a chance to come into the room. Y'all know we're gonna start this thing. But I really want to go on a shopping spree to Zara. Like I really want to go and spend like a good 500 and saying maybe even a stack. It depends. Like, cause I don't have a stack right now. 500 felt cute, but like a cute little $500 shopping spree in Zara so that I could get stuff that fit me. Cause like so much stuff don't fit me right now. And also stuff that's gonna be nice quality because I know I'm gonna be going back to work with Candy at some point. I need to have something already ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And now like the style is like my style, like loose fitting pants and slacks and like cut off shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like that, if y'all knew me in school, I very much like one of the last outfits that I put together before Katrina for the big football game that we have, when school starts, right? And I had my Angela Davis. I got a T-shirt with Angela Davis face on it made. So it was just like a white tee with Angela Davis with her afro. And this was back when I had I think I had I used to wear my hair afro sometime. My hair was natural and blonde at that point. But anyway, so I had my T-shirt and then I had these fire ass like black and white tweed slacks, and I had these suspenders, you know what I'm saying, that I was gonna wear. And the slacks fit my ass nice, but they was like, loose fitting on my legs, like I really like. And that's how I like my pants to fit. Like your ass, the ass area be like, yeah, but in the pants, it's not all tight all around your legs and shit. Like I really like that look. Cut off shirt, suspenders. That was the last outfit, like before Katrina, that I actually like picked out to wear to like stun on people with. Okay. And now I was looking on Zara and all of the style is very reflective of that. Baggy jeans, loose fitting pants, cut off shirts, blouses that are open, halter top blouses. Like, it's reflecting that like late 90s vibe, mid to late 90s vibe that I was really into. that I have consistently been into. But I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. When I was bigger, I felt like it looked better on my body to wear tight clothes. Now that I'm back slimming down and a little bit more the body weight that I would prefer, I would like to go back to dressing the way I did when I was younger, which is a little bit more of a, because we was real business casual back in the day, girl. We was real business casual at like the the most random events. Bitch at the football game in slacks. Yes, ho, I was at the football game in slacks. I was supposed to be, but it didn't go down that way. Girl, that's why I'm giving y'all a chance to come into the room, because I know y'all didn't get no notifications. Did somebody put it in the Discord? I put it on Patreon. I put it on YouTube. I put it on the website. Everybody, can I get some people to just tell me? Make sure if you're from the website, you from YouTube, you from Patreon, put it in a comment so I can make sure I covered all my bases before we really get into it. But yeah, girl, I was on Zara website and I was seeing all of these, like, the slacks, the loose fitting slacks, and the jeans, and what I'm saying, like the loose fitting jeans. Like, y'all, I bought me a pair of baggy jeans from H&M and I love them. Like, I've worn them at least 2 or 3 times at this point. Like, I love those jeans. Then Patreon website, okay, YouTube, great. Thank y'all so much. And then these loose fitting cargo pants that I got from Shein. I got them in 2 different colors, in gray and in blue. And the blue ones are the ones I was wearing when I did Candy Show. Girl, like, it's my style. Do you thrift? Not anymore. I used to thrift. I haven't thrifted in a long time, just because thrifting takes a lot of time and patience, and I don't have. I don't like to shop like that, to be honest. I'm one of them people that I go in, I quickly survey, I get what I want to get, and I get the fuck out. I don't like to spend too much time shopping. It annoys me. It stresses me out. I don't like having to try on too many different things at a time. So that's why I was like, girl, a cute little $500 shopping spree at Zara, so I can have at least maybe 3 or 4 outfits that I know can run if I have to hurry up and get on the plane. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You feel me? And that's how I be feeling. I need to just make sure I have shit together for times when I'm being called to go do Candy Show. If I'm called to Dallas at some point because me and Claudia are talking. So, I just, I need Sam. I start ready. And Zara is that girl right now. Zara and H&M, they be giving low key that girl. But it's just not in the budget right now, girl. I got so much stuff to pay for. Child, these taxes is kicking my ass. The taxes kicking my ass. Oh yeah, now they charging me taxes on y'all signing up for my website. So I have to pay taxes on that every month. Child, being a business owner, it is a lot. Okay. I started post on YouTube, but no notification. Hey, girl. Child, they don't care about us. And don't forget your Ghana trip. You need some fits for that. Yes. And I'm still going to have to pay for my plane ticket for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, girl. And you know me, I was like, oh, I wish. Ooh. Now I'm going to tell you right now, if I can use some of my flyer miles, I'm definitely going to try to upgrade that shit to first class if I can. Because the flight to Ghana, bitch, I want to be on first class. Okay. Do you have a CPA? Yes, I do. My CPA has been handling things for me. She is the only reason that I am not extremely stressed out. She's the only reason I'm not extremely stressed out, y'all, because I don't like owing people money. Like, that type of shit stress me out, y'all. Like, if there's nothing that will have Bondi and this motherfucker stressed out, it is owing money to the IRS. It is owing money to the state. Like, that type of shit really, you know what I'm saying, like, stresses me out. So don't what international flights? Don't what international flights? But yeah, I need, you know what I'm saying? I need some real, and then I'm supposed to be getting these tickets for me and Lyric to go see Janelle Monáe. I'm trying to see if my mama can give me tickets to that first before I pay for it. But anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all. Y'all can hear me? We loud and clear in this bitch. Y'all can hear me? We good? We good, girl? All right. So let's go ahead and get into Ready to Love, okay? Y'all, Ready to Love is so interesting. So they sent Red home, thank God. We were very grateful for that because Red needed to go home, okay? Um, He says he was being his authentic self and they just weren't ready to love him. I'm like, sir, you're not being real with yourself or us. You're dismissed. The men have the power this week and they need to think about everybody needs to be thinking about their non-negotiables. Okay, the things that they are not willing to bend on when it comes to these relationships. Okay, my business saved me from owing so much. Child, doesn't international flights better than first class like give you space to stretch out and sleep? They do, but I've only flown international, and I'm talking about like real international, not to Jamaica. I mean like real international, like Europe. I've only done that first class, so I don't even know what that's like in in regular economy. So anyway, Katarina, y'all know Katarina is the one of the new people that came on the show. Katarina and Janelle go on a date with Quentin and Herbert. Katarina says that she's been working out, and Herbert was like, "Yeah, I can see that." And Janelle was like, "Oh yeah, you can see that, you can see that." I'm like, Janelle, that man does not belong to you. Will you like please stop with the showcasing your jealousy all of the time? Like that's not attractive to me. Like I get it. Like don't get me wrong, y'all. I'm definitely a woman that can be possessive and a little, yeah, that's what you're doing over there. Yeah. But she does that to these niggas and they do not belong to her. Like please stop. She didn't did that too many times. I feel like she did that with Red. Now here she is doing that with Herbert. These men should be able to express their attraction to these other women just as you want them to express their attraction to you. Janelle, like Janelle just be doing too much to me. Anyway, so Herbert's non-negotiables are he absolutely wants to have kids, okay? And I understand that, but it is something to me that is very dangerous about these men that feel so strongly about having kids. Oh shit. Sorry. The reason why I say that is because a lot of the times I often wonder, do men want kids because they personally want to experience being fathers, or do you want kids because you want to be able to control the woman that you had the kids with? And that's where I'm a little worried. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like a lot of times men want children. They want the woman to have children so that they can forever have control over said woman. It's how we be feeling to me, girl. Okay. So let's continue on. Quentin needs someone who is ambitious. He doesn't want someone that is just, relaxing on their laurels or whatever. Herbert and Janelle talk about how he doesn't return her calls and texts, again, coming off as if she is thirsty for attention. Even though I understand in this process, if you're feeling somebody and you want them to show consistency, then, you would express that to them. Hey, I'm interested in you. I feel like you're not showing me as much consistency as I would like to see. Are you interested in me? Did you know you weren't being consistent? Like, did you know I was feeling that way? Because what happens a lot of the times, I feel like, is when women don't communicate these things, men will use it as a reason as for why they didn't do something. But that's why I feel like women shouldn't give a fuck in general. If a man is not showing you at this point, y'all are in y'all 40s, this is a show that this man has come on to find a woman. If he does not know that this is the time and place to apply pressure, it is not up to you to impress that upon him. So in this space, if a man is not applying pressure, we're not going to talk about the fact that he's not applying pressure. I would be making an intentional effort to allow whoever's going to come to me without giving these men any pressure. You know what I'm saying? Without letting them know what I'm expecting of them. No, if you fucking with me, then let's see what you got. And if what you got works, great. But if it doesn't, oh well. But I'm not going to be having conversations with you during the dating process on how you should be pursuing me. That's a mistake in the beginning, Janelle, for you to feel like you need to tell him how to pursue you. Red flag. Red flag. Okay? Chris got a chef for his date with Aries. Y'all, Chris has been my favorite. And I'm just saying, as far as looks, temperament, personality, Chris has been my favorite. Actually, likable. Okay. Now he had his moments this episode that made me raise an eyebrow, but we're not gonna go too hard on the fella. Because again, I like him. Okay. But still, every man has their issues. So I'm just wondering when when the next shoe is going to drop. So Chris and Aries talk about how they both have kids already. Chris has a daughter and Aries has two sons. Aries does not want any more children. Chris doesn't want any co-parenting drama, meaning I don't want any baby daddy issues. Aries assures him that she and her ex, even though they did not necessarily both agree to the divorce, they have still come to a place where they can adequately co-parent and keep everything respectful. Okay. Chris actually is vulnerable and gets emotional with Aries because he says, y'all, this was such a catch 22 moment for me, because I feel like in one moment I was looking at it as him being genuinely vulnerable with her, which brings together closeness. When you share stories of your life, when you share moments that may have hurt you in your childhood, or things that you know what I'm saying, that just meant a lot to you, whenever men are vulnerable in their emotions, it is a good sign when you are trying to create closeness. But it can also be a red flag if he's trying to use being emotional in order to manipulate you. Because a lot of men will be vulnerable with you so that you will be vulnerable with them. Meaning their vulnerability is a plot. It's a scheme, it's a scam, it's not real. And that's the hard thing to decipher in these moments, right? Is this man being emotional with me because he's really being vulnerable and he wants to open up to me? Or is he trying to game me into opening myself up to him so that he can take advantage of me? Okay, because there was a moment, what he actually got emotional about was how Aries reminded him of his mother and the type of love that his mother gave him. And Chris has lost both of his parents. His father died the day before he was born. His mother died recently. I'm not sure exactly how recent, but he expressed to Aries, seeing how she interacted with her sons or the way she talks about her sons reminded him of the type of mother that his mother was, and that made him emotional. This is a red flag for me, because even though I do recognize how it is sometimes a good thing when a man can see his mother in the woman that he is in love with, because a lot of times, in order for men to put you on a pedestal the way they need to in order to be in a relationship with you, they have to see you in some way close to their mother, because that is the woman that they put on a pedestal. So if you are like their mother, a lot of the times that can be a good thing. However, if you are looking for your woman to love you as your mother loved you, that is a problem. You are not a child. You are not her child. She is not your parent. She is your woman, your partner, the person you have sex with. So your love and respect may be on that same level as how you feel about your mother, but you need to be able to create a clear differentiation between the two, because if not, the man will turn you into a mothering figure. And no woman wants to be turned into a mothering figure. It's too fucking much. Okay? So these are all things that I was paying attention to in their conversation. But ultimately, I did feel like it was a really cute date. I really feel like they clicked on some level. I enjoyed watching their date, but we're still gonna have to wait and see. Okay, because I like Chris, but I'm also the type of woman that, if you can game me hard enough, you might win the game, nigga. If you can game me hard enough, because honestly, I view myself as so astute that if you can pull a wool over my eyes, nigga, that's half the battle. Okay? But that's not a good thing. We should not be like, oh, nigga, look at you pulling a wool over my eyes and actually confusing me. I am turned on by this amount of brain work that you put in, because I am not that easy to manipulate. So if you manipulated me, child, I almost want to give it to you just for the sheer, fact that you were able to do such a hard task, But that's me being trauma. That's my trauma, y'all. My trauma is to low key allow somebody to take advantage of me just because I'm impressed with the fact that they were even able to in the first place. Child, the amount of arguing I've seen on this show just watching clips is exhausting. I could not tune in for this season of Ready to Love. Oh, sorry, y'all. I don't think it was that. Has it been that much arguing? I don't feel like it's been that much arguing. I mean, it needed to be more entertaining than it has been in previous seasons, and conflict is entertaining. Janelle automatically thinks that every man wants her, and that's her first problem. Okay, so let me tell y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I automatically think every man wants me too, but not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean by that is on your base level of attraction, at this point in my life, I do think that about 90% of men want to fuck me. I do. I do. Absolutely. I think 90% of men would have sex with me off of just looking at me. Yes, I do. Do I want all 90% of them to want me? No. Do I want all 90% of them? No. But do I feel this way because of the way men respond to me? And would a man who is not so easy to allow you to know he likes you is gonna let, like, niggas that keep who they like close to the vest will be honest with me and be like, nah, B, you are absolutely like attractive to most niggas, like, period. And I'm just like, okay, I'll take that into consideration because that lets me know that no matter what, most times, however you dealing with me is coming somewhere from the fact that you're attracted to me. So I'm going to deal with you in a manner that lets you know, I know you want to fuck me. And so whatever you talking about, essentially, it don't even really matter because I know that you want to fuck me. Like I'll adopt that mindset with a lot of these things, but I don't automatically assume that somebody wants me and I should just be, entitled. It's not the entitlement, but it is the fact that I am aware of how weak you niggas are. Okay, I'm aware of how weak you niggas are. Okay, don't make me be like Princella touching on my titties in videos because I know it's gonna distract. Yo, why Priscilla so stupid, bro? Is this bitch on her live last night? Okay, playing R&B music in fucking lingerie and her good wig. I said, bitch, you do not know how to act whenever you get that wig laid and your nails done. Okay? Because in one video, she'll be mad chill with it. But that's how bitches be. As soon as you get your nails done, all of a sudden you talking with your hands a little bit more. Like, for some reason. Like, what is going on? Yeah, I was too tickled. I was too tickled. But being attracted to someone isn't the same as wanting them. No, I think for men, it's the same thing. It was on Instagram. I mean, it was on TikTok. She was on TikTok last night. Child, when I tell y'all, I was dying laughing because there's a truth to the fact that niggas definitely can be like, doing all of that shit. And then you start doing some shit like this, or an ass comes into the picture, and then all of a sudden, all the words you were talking about goes out of your head. I do think there is an area of that is hilarious. And so whoever suggested downloading Flow by Janelle Monáe and the last members on life, thank you. That's been my jam for the last few days. Did I not tell y'all to do that? Because I feel like I told y'all to do that. It may not have been in the last live, but I know I've been on live singing that shit many a good time. Okay? I think I'm changing. Okay. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not walking up to every man like, I know you want me, nigga. Like, no, that's not happening. But if I get into a verbal sparring session with a man, that usually in some ways I already know I've turned them. Like, it's a moment where I've realized you're now attracted to me. Or if or you're already attracted to me. I'll peep it in something they say or do, which is why you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you don't just like assume it or let them know that you feel that way, but you know that on the inside, like, this nigga is weak on the inside. Okay, the flesh is weak. All right, because he'll do a whole bunch of pump faking in front of people, but in private he'll be trying to hug you too long. Okay, a friend told me that when I drunk texted him by mistake one night, he said, "You sure, sis? I don't want to ruin our friendship, but I'm still a man and you fine." Exactly. 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 All right. I'm just saying. I shine. I said, listen, don't let me meet Janelle Monáe in real life, okay? Cause like just wait for me to get my money up. I'd be a fucking problem. With my nigga and the rest of you bitches, I'd be a problem, okay? Cause I'm an old fly. I would be the fluke motherfuckers out, okay? Just wait for me to get my money up, okay? And don't let me run into Janelle Monáe, because it would definitely be a who's gonna out romance each other in this situation, Janelle? Me or you, okay? Because if I get money on your level, bitch, it's gonna be a hard fight. Nah, but that's what I like about women. I want to be literally trying to like out romance each other. Bitch, what? You think you didn't got me? Just wait. Okay, a competition of who can make the best date. This man tried to do that to me at the farmer's market. Like, sir, whoever taught you that antagonizing women was flirting, especially when he's ugly, was wrong. No, men do that to me all the time. Think getting into like these unnecessary sparring sessions is going to make me attracted to them. And it's like, no, that doesn't make you attracted to me. But I get the manipulation behind it. Like, I remember literally having a conversation where it was like argumentative and wanting to have sex after. Not with the person that I had the conversation with, but it just made me want to have sex. The weirdest thing. So I definitely think there's some truth to the psychology of niggas thinking that they argue with you, that you're gonna be turned on by them. That's why they are purposefully assholes. That's why you can't ever like give them the attention when they do that, because that's positive reinforcement for bad behavior. That's why niggas like Red act the way they do, because they really think women are going to be responding to them and the slight disrespect. Like, come here, girl. Like, no, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that type of aggression is only okay when we're already going together. When I can already trust you. Niggas who think they can like argue and manhandle bitches off of first sight, y'all are weird. Okay. Y'all are weird. Get it together. Okay. So let's move on, y'all. Y'all know how I be pontificating my bad. Okay. Marvin and Unique go on a date. It was cute. They made out. I was like, Unique, what's going on? To me, Unique's attraction to Marvin is a trauma response. She's somebody I think that's constantly battling with whatever she's been through. And to me, that's a good sign, because that means this is somebody that is always, self-checking and checking in with themselves and making sure that they're honoring their feelings and honoring what they've learned so that they don't continue to make the same mistakes and make themselves a victim. To me, that is smart. I like Unique, but I also can tell that there's something when they keep saying Unique has more healing to do. I honestly feel like she does have more healing to do, but it's not the healing that the men think. I honestly feel like I don't care what the men are talking about. Y'all don't like women that are on the defense, but women should be on the defense, because y'all are all trying to trick the women so that y'all can have access to them. So the women should be on defense for being tricked. Okay. And y'all act like, it's just women are being so difficult. Like, no, motherfucker, y'all are all disingenuous assholes trying to fuck people and get what you can get out of them. These girls absolutely should have their defenses up. You should have to break through levels in order to get these girls to be sensitive and vulnerable with you. You should absolutely have to fight like you're on a fucking Super Mario Brothers game and get to the next level in order for this lady to open up to you. It should not be easy. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. If it's easy, it means that she's open to any old nigga, any old susceptible mind fucking ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. Anyway, Marie, brother with the waves. Marie invites a large group to an improv class. I told Lyric we should do something like this. We both did improv in school and really enjoyed it. So, like, we should do something like that. I'm going to see if I can find something online that we can do. That would be fun. Anyway, so Chris and Jessica, they do an improv scene where they are coming back from having a car accident. And Chris asks how they could have not gotten into the, how could we have not gotten into this accident? Which to me, I feel like automatically puts the blame for the accident on Jessica. Chris didn't realize that that's what he did when he decided to start the conversation with asking her, how did the accident happen? You automatically put the blame on her. So she responds back, well, we wouldn't have gotten to the accident if you would have went the way I told you to go. At this point, he can't even tell that it's improv and is scared that she's serious. And it's like, you can't take a joke. That was a red flag for me with Chris. Like, are you playing nice? Because anytime a woman says or does something that is disagreeable, you're going to jump off the deep end, because you niggas do that. Y'all play like y'all nice, but it's only because y'all are trying to keep the women in that same space. But whenever something disagreeable happens, you don't know how to handle it. I need you to know how to handle conflict. I need you to be able to have a disagreement with me and not fly off the deep end when I am no longer agreeing with you or agreeable in whatever the situation is. You feel me? And I love the fact that Jessica pointed that out, because to me, it felt like Jessica was clocking very quickly what was happening in the moment. Okay. Um, Chris says he is most scared of a woman that can't find a solution. A woman, I guess, that always wants to have a problem. I understand that because I do feel like there are some, but this is my thing. I don't feel like that's women. I think that's people. I don't know why y'all will automatically assign certain things to women and men when in general it is a people thing. Okay, it is a people thing to want to complain about something and not actually find a solution to it, but you just want to bitch and moan. Okay, I specifically know of men and women that do this, that will sit and complain about something, and as soon as you give them an answer to their issue, to their problem, they're going to tell you, well, that's not really going to work because this, and this. You don't really want a fix. You don't really want a resolution. You just want to complain to somebody. So I know men and women that do that. So yeah, but I understand what he's saying. You don't want to be with a woman that cannot find a solution and just wants to complain for the sake of complaining. Got it. She asks, how will he take care of her? Because they just crashed a car, right? She's still in the scenario. We just crashed a car. I no longer have a car. How are you going to take care of me? He says, well, you're my priority and I have my own business. So I can take care of you because you're my priority until you get back on your feet. Jessica claps her hands, but it almost felt like, girl, she wasn't really believing nothing he was saying. I wish they would have asked her how she felt after the fact so we could have got some clarity on the facial, you know what I'm saying, that was going on there. Sierra and Herbert went next. Their conversation was a little confusing to me. All I can really tell was that this is flirty, funny banter back and forth. They both want to have children. Their non-negotiables is being with someone who doesn't want to have children. So the fact that they both want to have kids so bad, they love that for each other, girl. They love that for each other. Um, it was cute, but I'm just like, I think it's weird for y'all to care more about having kids than who y'all are having kids with. I'm gonna just keep it a book. It was something about it that annoyed me. This thirst to procreate, especially this late in the game. I don't know what that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know when to take her seriously. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know when to take Sierra seriously either. Because it's like, girl, if you wanted to have children, why wouldn't you have already gotten pregnant? Girls get pregnant by niggas every day, B. She may not have been able to, but it just kind of feels like you're just now like getting into this, I gotta have a kid, gotta have a kid, gotta have a kid thing. It's just weird. Like, is it a trap for the nigga is what I'm saying. Like, are you saying this because you want to attract the man that wants children and you believe the man that wants children is someone that wants to settle down? Like, I'm just wondering, girl, really, single, 35 years old, and now having kids is a non-negotiable. You're like 35. Not to say that she doesn't still have time to have kids, but something about it just is not matching. Okay, that's what the entire manosphere does. Child, Jessica is really sharp. I like her so far. Me too. She was like one of my faves when it came to, like, sending the guys home, calling them to the front, letting them know what the issues were. Loved her. Okay. Anyway, so Kyra. Kyra needs, or Kira, is it Kira or Kyra? Girl, anyway, Kira needs someone who is God-fearing. What does that mean to you, that he's God-fearing? What does that mean? I really want people to stop saying that somebody is God-fearing, because I feel like essentially to men, that means nothing. To women, that means that you are malleable, because he will be able to use the word of God as a way to get you to submit to his will, right? He'll be able, like Cliff from Bell Collective, he'll be able to pull out a Bible and say, God said do this, and that is in line with what he wants you to do. So he will be able to use God to validate, forcing you to acquiesce to his will, if that's what he wants to do. So to me, when a man says he wants a God-fearing woman, it really just means, to me, this is to me, he wants a woman that is mentally malleable, someone who already has their value in the man. That way he doesn't have to do all of this convincing you of shit, because you've already let the religion convince you that you need to be this type of woman. You need to submit. You need to have children. You need to do whatever to keep your man. You need to stick beside him. All of that has already been indoctrinated in girls when they grow up in church. So that's why men want church girls, okay? But church doesn't really stop men from being whores. It may stop men from being deadbeat dads. Church might stop men from being killers and drug dealers, but it does not stop them from taking advantage of women. It just doesn't. And so I feel like when women say they want a God fearing man, I need for them to be more clear about what that means for them and to define it, because it doesn't mean the same thing for you as it means for him. Marie says he needs someone who is health conscious. I love this moment because Kyra said, "Are you health conscious?" Because Marie looks thick as fuck, meaning that you have a belly. You have a belly, sir. Usually, when niggas have bellies, it's because they don't really work out. They don't. But you want a woman to be health conscious. What does that mean for you when you say you want a woman to be health conscious as you're sitting there with your belly talking about, there are certain areas that you can't lose weight? That's a lie, Marie. That's a lie. Your whole physique from the neck down gives me, you may pick up weights every now and again, but you don't do any cardio. It's not giving you go run. It's not giving you, do some boxing. It's not giving you jump rope. That's not what any of your physique anywhere on your body is giving. It's giving you go to the gym and you may do arm workouts, and then that's it. That's what it's given. So when you tell us that a non-negotiable for you is a health conscious woman, that starts to be problematic, because now you're asking for something that you don't have, right? Like what that is going to translate to me is you wanting to be hyper focused on a woman being a certain body type, while you get to just sit there and pretend as if you're conscious about your body and your health. And he talks about how, family members passed away because of things, involved in health and all of that. And there are so many men that talk that shit, y'all. There are so many men that want to detox and take all of these fucking, new age, sea moss and all of that shit is great, y'all. During the pandemic, sea moss and liquid IV, all of those things help, okay? But if you are not physically doing cardiovascular, exercise in order to help your blood run through your body, basically cardiovascular, whenever you're doing cardio, it's helping the functions of your body. It's helping your body to perform better. Because what happens when you eat bad food, when you don't work out, when you aren't physical, is that your body's processes slow down. So you start to have all of these issues because the process in your body has been slowed down by you not really being active. When you are active, when you do cardio, when you take your walks, when you do anything that's physical for 15 minutes or more, that is going to basically have the blood running through your body, speed the process up in your body. That means everything is going to start to function a little bit better. Okay. So if everything in your body is functioning a little bit better, then you're more healthy. Okay. But you also have to do like physical work. And I feel like niggas don't want to do physical work. Y'all want to not eat for 2 days. Y'all want to, because I know men that do these things. Y'all think y'all so fucking health conscious and smart because y'all have a week out the month where y'all decide not to eat anything but grapes and drink water. And now you think you've done something good for your health. When really, if you would get your ass up early enough in the morning or work out after you got off from work and do some type of cardio, you'll be helping yourself. You know what I'm saying? You'll be doing much more for your health, but you don't really want to do that. You don't really want to do that. You just want to perpetrate like you're health conscious without really doing the work. I'm just saying it's something that I picked up on. It's just something. Why did you just explain the cardiovascular system so simple and easy to understand? I'm really good at dumbing things down. I don't know why. It's a gift. I think Marie tricked us. Child, how he tricked you? How he tricked you? What happened? Sit there and be big, and he wants to be. Child, sitting there with them hands on top of that stomach like that. I'm like, nigga, I know you ain't about to make us think that you actually out there doing some cardiovascular working out, because that's what really helps your health. Not all of those additives that you add to your diet or take away from your diet. Like that helps, but to me, being physical is more important. I don't care what y'all are talking about. You don't have to run. Go walk. Okay? Girl, go walk on a treadmill if that's what you want to do. That's what them old Asian ladies be doing. Them old Asian ladies be this big their whole fucking life. And it's because no matter what, they're going to go put their little hat on and walk. Okay? Stop being lazy. Being lazy is not going to help you no matter how much sea moss and fish oil you put in your fucking body. You have got to get outside and be physical, or just be physical, period. You have to. They want you in shape with that belt. Exactly. And that's what I picked up on Marie. Like, you want women to, again, you want them to be where you aren't willing to be. You want them to have discipline that you aren't willing to have. Always trying to find women that are providing more, being more, or bringing more to the table, while also convincing the women that what they're bringing to the table is not that big of a deal, even though you also can't provide it. You want someone health conscious, you don't look health conscious. Talking about you can't lose weight in certain areas. Nigga, you're a man. You're a man. Y'all lose weight like this. All y'all got to do is start working out for 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, niggas be in shape like that. So I don't even want to hear that shit. Most men's metabolism is extremely fast. And all they need to do is put forth a little bit of effort. And they will get the results that it takes women months and months to get. So I don't even want to hear that shit. Okay? I don't want to hear that shit. I like the fact that Kyra, to me, looked like she was very much having fun. She was witty. She was smart. She was like, are you, and I'm health conscious? Okay, I just have to make sure. Like, she looked like she was having a good time to me. All of a sudden now, Marie doesn't know if she's having a good time. Or did you feel away because she shaded your weight? Which one? Phil and Katarina go on a date. They have a good time. Both family oriented and spiritual are his non-negotiables. Once again, Phil looks like a nigga that is barely there. Meaning, like, sometimes he looks so high, I don't know what's going on with him. You know what I'm saying? But either way, family oriented and spiritual means you're going to make everything about the man, because in their mind, they're able to put family and man together. Okay? They're able to put family and man together. Once they do that, whenever they come to a woman and they tell her, oh, I need my woman to be family oriented and all of this shit. Like, it's because you want her to already be in a mindset to make decisions from you being in her center, being male centered. Is it like activated ad revenue or not? Okay. Hold up, y'all, because I'm okay. Let's see. Okay. All right. No, I'm adding new music, you guys. To the waiting room. Well, not waiting room, but you in between music. Because sometimes I be needing just a moment. Because I be running it on here for like 3 hours sometimes. Okay, so this is what I. Let me see. Okay. Okay, y'all, give me 1 second because I do need a break. So just give me like a few seconds. Okay. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute, you guys? Like, I thought it was cute. Okay, hold up. Let me get myself back, girl. Let me get myself back, girl. Okay. I just wanted to see what it was gonna look like, what the stars and shit was gonna look like. Yes. Shout out to Tonya TKO. I saw her do something similar, and I was like, "Oh, girl, I need to employ that." And really, just like, just for the waiting room of it all, like, just give me a second, child. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Yes, we accept all forms of donation to the channel. Y'all know this is not for y'all. But I just wanted, I need something in the middle sometimes when I just need a break. Y'all already paying for content. So it's not really, centered to y'all, even though I do appreciate when y'all do that. This is basically to be put in, when I'm doing lives with everybody else. So let's continue on. Quentin, Kyra, and Unique go on a boxing date, which I thought was very cute. Unique is in constant state of healing. Quentin says he's healed from his traumas and he wants to try Quentin. See, this was an issue for me because I feel like I didn't like Quentin's, she's still healing, but I'm healed from all my traumas. Yeah, I don't think you are. I don't think you are healed from all your traumas, Quentin. As a man, I think it's almost hilarious that you could even say that. Like, I don't think you're healed from all of your traumas. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, first of all, I don't think anybody is always 100% healed, because in anything, you are in a constant state of learning. You are in a constant state of evolving. Life is changing. And as he said, he feels that he's healed and he's looking to get into a relationship to try it out on. So you don't even know if you're really healed, yet you're standing in this superior stance when it comes to Unique. She needs to do more healing, and I'm not interested in being the one to help her do that. And I'm just kind of like, okay, so you're selfish. You're selfish, just to be clear. And y'all, I'm not saying this because I feel like everybody's lot in life is to be helping somebody heal. Please don't misunderstand me. But it was just something about the energy in which he said it that made me feel like you're full of shit and you just don't want to have to deal with a woman that um requires emotional support. Y'all don't want to have to be with women that require mental and emotional support. You want the women to come off as if they can handle their own emotional support so that you don't ever have to provide that for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that was a red flag off rip when he said that shit. I was just kind of like, it really kind of showed a coldness to me. And he kept trying to act like, oh, everybody kept trying to act like, oh, Unique just needs to heal, but really it was coming off very cruel to me the way y'all were treating her. Almost as if because she was aware of certain things because of the relationships that she's been in. Whenever people have been heavily traumatized, they become hyper vigilant about being traumatized again. So if a person shows any sign of that same shit, they will hop on it. So I'm the same way. And I feel like the past few years, people have made, like, past decade of my life, people have made me feel like my defense mechanisms were wrong, that I was judging people too harshly, that I was not seeing the situation clearly. And I just kind of feel like, no, that's all bullshit now. Now I recognize that my entire life, people just have not liked the fact that I can pick up on things very quickly. They have not liked the fact that I'm an honest person. I'm blunt. So if I see something, I say something. And a lot of times it comes from a place of caring for people. Like, I see something that I don't think you see. And so I tell you, but you're not ready to receive it. So now you're angry with me because you feel uncomfortable with the truth about yourself that I've shown to you. People don't like to be read like that. And they often like to try to read me. But what they don't understand about me is you can read me. Go ahead. And if it's true, I'll admit to it. And if you're wrong, I'll tell you, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But I already know who I am. I know my negatives. You can't read me. I already know my negatives. If you see something I don't see, go ahead. I'll be open to what you got to say, because people have done this to me many a time. They assess me as somebody that thinks they know some shit, but can't see themselves. No, I can see myself, but I like myself. And so I'm not trying to change myself for anybody. Okay. But essentially, if you see something, say something. I'm very receptive. People, and then a lot of times it's so funny. I'm like, oh yeah, like, go ahead, tell me. They'll perceive me doing that as sarcasm. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm actually interested. But you are so used to reading people and them being defensive that when somebody is actually like, okay, yeah, come on, explain, tell me some more. Like, can you expound on that? I want to be clear. They take it as me being sarcastic and me looking for a way to break down their argument. I'm not really, but you have to tell me something very good or spot on in order for me to receive it, because I know who the fuck I am. You feel me? So when it comes to Unique, I feel like Unique experiences have taught her that the smallest of detail about a person can let you know a whole bunch about them. And because she has figured that out, people are in this space of constantly trying to tell her that she's just in trauma response. You just need to heal. No, bitch, your cylinders are going off. You're wired and you should stay in that space. But learn how to not let people see you coming so soon. Sit back in it, assess them, peep what you see, and then just, and I think she tried to do that, but on this show, people really wanted her to say what it was that she was seeing. And then when she says what she's seeing, now all of a sudden she hasn't healed. She's the bad guy. We don't have time for that. Yeah, no. I really do feel like Unique was somebody that was picking up on these niggas' insecurities very easily and very quickly because of what she's been through. Everybody tries to act like if you've been through a whole bunch, that means that your perception is skewed. And it's like, no, that's not really what that means. That's what y'all like to convince everybody because you want to be able to hide all your insecurities. All of the things that you're lying about, the things that you are masking in order to make yourself more attractive to these women. When a woman peeps it and sees it, you get upset, you get angry, you don't like it, and now all of a sudden she's the problem because she's seen whatever your thing is, right? So I think that's how they were responding to Unique. I don't think it was anything that I actually saw her doing or saying. And I think they were just making her feel like because she was peeping them, something was wrong with her. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. I'm the same. I see you because I see myself clearly. I am receptive. Yes. Yes, exactly. As a high priestess, people pay me for info that my friends fight me over. I am able to see and hear the next steps. I stop telling folks ish if they don't request it. Me too. Me too. I absolutely have learned to stop giving advice, to stop telling my friends things I see, and just let them figure their own shit out. She really dating. Hello. Like, hello. Exactly. Doing what she's supposed to be doing. I will own my own stuff, but refuse to own the things that aren't mine. I agree, pretty Mrs. G. She got to work on her poker face. Exactly. Exactly. Unique pays attention and her BS tolerance is low and she speaks on it. And I admire that about her. And I think that she should continue to be that person off this show. This show is superficial. This show is full of fake ass people that are trying to pretend to be something that they're not. They're trying to hide things about themselves. So if you somebody that can pick up on that quickly, this is not the space for you, girl. It's not. You need to find you one of these niggas that hug trees. That's what Unique need. Unique needs to find her a man that hugs trees. A man, in a real way, not in a fake hotep way. But she needs to find like the honest version of a hotep because those are the men that are going to be able to see the diamond in the rough and they're going to be able to love you in the way that you are deserving of. There are not a lot of them out there, so good luck on finding it. But I do feel like there are men out there that see the value in a woman and they're not trying to perpetrate. So if they can apply pressure and not punk out, they would be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Because there are men out there that are being themselves and aren't perpetrating. But I think a lot of those men sometimes don't vocalize. They're not as talkative. So you may not meet those men as easily because those are the men that kind of stick to themselves. I noticed that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she gonna need her a dude that has like read some books and done some work on themselves and shit. Okay. Um. So Quentin and Kyra have a conversation, you guys. And she asked if he prefers white girls. And he says that he's never dated a white girl. He got so defensive. And she says, Latinas. He said, yes, I've dated Latinas. I was like, oh, so that's what it is. But he says, no, I prefer black women. And she was like, oh, okay, I was just making sure. I just need to be clear on that. And he got offended. He got offended. He got mad. And now he's no longer interested in her. I'm like, so were you interested in her before? Because if you were interested in her before and she needed clarity on something, that's not a problem to me. I really think it's weird that whenever women ask for clarity about things they may perceive as red flags, a lot of these men cannot just answer the question without getting an attitude or getting defensive. How is she supposed to get to know you? How is she supposed to get a clear picture on you if she can't ask you questions that may make you feel somewhat uncomfortable? Quentin was a red flag to me in this moment. This is the second time because a woman has not said something that made him feel good. He's turned into an asshole. Okay. And remember, I was talking about him last week and how I feel like he's one of those dudes that probably was dating outside of his race, dating white girls, and then decided that they couldn't see the value in him because they were white. So he comes back to black women. So now we find out it's not white women, it's Latina women. Okay. To me, it's the same thing, whether it's Latina or other, whatever other you decided that you liked or was your preference. And that's what she asked her, is that your preference? He didn't like that. He didn't like that because he's in the manosphere. He's watching these videos. He I believe, understands based on the manosphere that black women will value him more. I feel like Kyra was clocking him as somebody that has learned from manosphere talking points that black women will worship you for being halfway decent. So if you're not getting the appreciation from your preference, come back to black women. They're so exhausted of the Pookie and Ray Rays that they will basically suck your toes and eat your ass because you have a good job and you can have a casual conversation with clear, diction. Like, I'm not wrong. I don't care. I'm not wrong. That's why he got offended and was so upset because she clocked it. And honestly, I feel like I told y'all that comment he made about Christopher's afro was a red flag to me because it shows that you've been separated from this culture in such a way that the last time you saw afro was the Jackson 5. People have been wearing afros and doing different things with their hair in our community for the past 20 years. That should not mean the first thing that comes to your head when you see an afro is the Jackson 5. That shows a separation from the culture as far as I'm concerned. So when we find out that you have dated Latina women in the past, you probably did have them as a preference at one point, and now you changed your mind and decided to come back to the black women that will make you feel more valuable. What was his non-negotiable? His non-negotiable was women without any ambition. That's another reason why he's back to the black women. Because if you think the Latina girls have ambition, you are sadly fucking mistaken. The Latina girls are some of the most taken care of women in our culture. And what I mean by that is Latinas, however you want to, the Hispanics and Latinas will be just as poor as black people. But those men will marry those women. Those men will go and stand outside fucking Home Depot in the heat all day, every day, so that they can work and go home and take care of those women. Okay? So at the end of the day, those women don't need to have good work ethic. Even though I feel like a lot of Latinas have good work ethic, but those are poor Latinas. The women that this man in his class would probably date are middle upper class Latinas, and upper middle class Latinas are only looking for a man to come in and take care of them. They don't have to work. That's not their culture. Their culture is not for them to work. Like, period. It's for a man to take care of them. And of course, there are always Latinas, especially in America, that live outside of that societal norm that that they have for themselves as a nationality, ethnicity, whatever. But if you look at the stats, the Latina girls are some of the most taken care of women in the country, regardless to where they are in class. No matter whether they are poor or rich, they are looking for men that are going to make them homemakers, stay-at-home moms. It doesn't matter. That's what they're looking for. And I feel like you must have found out as you got older that the pretty Latina girls that were your preference because they weren't too white, because you like you said, your preference is the sisters, is because you're still like generally probably attracted to black women or women that are not wonder bread. You're not attracted to just pale skin, but you're also probably not attracted to your own skin tone or your own facial features on a woman. You're probably more attracted to the women that look a little bit more other, which is why you like Latina. There are a lot of black men that don't want white women and prefer Latinas because they give them the best of both worlds. Okay, so you went and got with those women because you thought that all of that submission and all that shit you was gonna get from those women, and what you find out is for that submission, those women expect to be fully taken care of. And they're not going to help. No, they're not going to go and work. No, I'm not. I'm upper middle class Latina, which means I probably grew up going to school. I might have my cute little job or whatever, but I'm looking to find a man to take care of me. I'm not looking to work. I'm not looking to be ambitious. I want to lay up and have kids and have my man take care of me. That's what the Latinas are looking for. And you're looking for somebody with ambition. So now you're coming back to the black women because the black women are the ones with the most ambition. On a regular class, middle class scale, in middle class America, lower middle class, black women are the hardest workers. They're the most ambitious. Period. It took time for him to figure that out. He didn't know that at first. So I definitely feel like Kyra was picking up on him just right. She may have had it slightly wrong. You like the Latinas, not the white girls, but essentially it is other. And that's all that matters, is that it is other. It is outside of yourself. I didn't like him after that interaction. Marie and Jessica. Marie says Jessica is his top. Chris says Aries is his top. They really had a good time together. Christopher really likes Kyra. Marvin strongest is Katarina. Phil likes Katarina as well. Herbert likes Janelle and Lee. And Quentin also has a connection with Janelle and Lee. All right. I want y'all to pay attention that Janelle and Lee are both the women that are performing their femininity for a specific type of man. That's why they're both tapping into the same type of man, because it is the way they're performing their femininity to give strong, but yet I can be the damsel in distress if you need me to be, but then I can also pay bills if you need me to as well. Yeah, y'all want black women to be able to fit into both of those roles in order for them to be desirable for you, but you don't require it from the other women. You don't require the other women to also be able to do heavy lifting in y'all's relationships. Y'all don't. And I mean other meaning like Latinas or white women. But the black women, y'all expect to be able to do the male role and the female role in order for her to be considered valuable. Anyway, um, so Kyra is on a lot of people's bottoms. I feel like it's also because Kyra is not, even though she likes black men, she's not pro-black. Black men do not like women that aren't pro-black, because women who aren't pro-black are not going to fall on swords for them. When Marcier was talking about how, how much he's in his, community, and how, Kyra was an issue because she's not as much into the community. I'm like, oh yeah, you in your community like that? Let me see it. Let me see it. Because in all honesty, I feel like a lot of times y'all still want those women to be more about black men than black women. And then you want them to, it's all about finding women that are going to be male centered. And if you are pro black, most times you are male centered. They're always, whether it's church, political, schooling, class, they're always looking to find the woman in whatever area that is going to be the easiest to deal with, the most agreeable, the one that's going to go along with everything. They're looking for that woman. And it's different ways that they find that woman. Marcier told y'all it's not about religion for him. It's about being pro-black. Okay, which y'all know pro-black is usually pro-black male, not pro-black woman, because most of the people that are pro-black, especially back in civil rights movement, a lot of those black men that were pro-black were also loving and fawning and marrying and having babies with white women, which lets me know that it's not really about black people as a whole. It's more so about you as a black man being able to be like a white man and oppress somebody. Okay. Phil's bottom is Aries. Child, we haven't even seen Phil. Who cares? Christopher's bottom is Aries. A lot of them said Aries was in their bottom because she doesn't want to have kids. Y'all, these men about the kid thing, like it really does feel like that's another component of control that you won't have over her. If she doesn't want kids, that means that she can't, you won't have a component of control over her, because the only kids she has are her kids. If she has a kid with you, it means that she's going to be more inclined to deal with your bullshit because you're the father of my kids. They know that means something to women. So if you're not willing to make them the father of your kid, that means you're not willing to make them the center. Again, again, a lot of reasons that they don't like women is because of lack of control. Whatever their thing is, provides them a certain level of control over the woman. So Phil says Janelle is in his bottom. Marvin says Unique. Marie says Unique. It was crazy to me that Marvin said Unique was in his bottom simply because she doesn't want to have boy children. That was something that they talked about in their date, is that Marvin said hella high water, he wants a boy. If she were to get pregnant immediately and have a boy, he would not want any more kids. But if she gets pregnant and have girls, then they're going to keep trying until he gets a boy. That is a red flag to me. That is a red flag to me. My body is not a fucking machine. I am not going to keep kicking out children and almost dying so you can get a little version of yourself. That is fucking insane. I know people don't want to think about it the way it actually is, but it is literally a man telling a woman that I want you to almost die as many times as it takes for me to get a male child. And I just kind of feel like, okay, if you're that worried about a male child, does that mean you're going to neglect your female children? Does that mean you're not going to see them as valuable because you only want a male child? That's going to take me back to misogyny. That's going to take me back to how are you going to view and treat this woman when you care more about a boy child than having a child, period. That's a problem for me. Why can't you just want a child, period? You have to want a male child? Yeah, no. I think that's a you being the person that wants a mini me. You don't want a child that's gonna grow into an adult and be their own person. You want a copy of yourself, which I find narcissistic. And that's why I wonder about men that want children, because a lot of y'all don't want children for the right reasons. You don't want children so you can be selfless and actually create a human being, to in your likeness, not in your image, in your likeness, to grow up and become their own person. You don't want that. You want a mini me. You want a copy of yourself. And I get that, but at some point, the copy has to become its own self. And if all you care about is creating a copy of yourself, it means you don't really care about the child for who they are individually. You only care about them as an extension of yourself. You should not have children if you only care about kids when they're an extension of yourself. Something's wrong. Okay. There's a lack of nurturing in that. Okay. They're not pro black family. Okay. I'm with you when you're right. Listen, misogynistic BS. He needs to hire him a surrogate because that is ridiculous to require something you cannot control. It really is. Girl, I need you to meet this man I'm dating to analyze him. You be on. Honestly, listen, go on a date. Go on a date or record a conversation and send it to me in a Discord, bitch. Something. Take me on a date with you like I'm Ray J, bitch. Anyway, so Quentin says he isn't attracted to Unique. I'm like, okay, yeah, we already know what that's about. So Kyra and Unique end up being put on the chopping block, and they don't send Kyra home, even though they let her know she's not black enough for them. But they're not going to send her home this week. Unique is the one they're going to send home. And I'm just like, yeah, Unique, you need to go home, girl, because you don't need to be dealing with these men, girl. These men is not it. These men is not it, girl. Let's see what y'all are saying. I would not put my body through it just so he can have a boy. Absolutely not. That is insane. You need to go and use your book money and get you a surrogate, sir. Okay? Now, girl, listen. We're about to go ahead and get into this right here. Y'all, this is a fucking mess. Okay? And I'm going to give y'all the commentary that I feel like nobody else going to give y'all about this situation. I don't know who else talking about this show, but I don't think nobody else reading this show like me. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. The way the episode left off was where the episode starts is where the last episode left off, which is with Christina and Colby having their screaming match at this outside restaurant with all of these Caucasian people gawking at them in surprise and disgust. Okay, Colby is emotional as hell, calling Christina manipulative and conniving. Colby says, what's for you is for you. What's for me is for me. I would never take money out of your pocket. I do not want to be you. But that's obviously what you were telling your husband, Colby. Based on what we've seen, Christina did not tell him that. Christina did not feel that way. That wasn't even on her mind until he brought it up to her. And he didn't bring that up to her until you decided that you wanted to out him for working with that artist. I don't understand why this is so hard for everybody to see. Okay. Oh yeah, well, she is delusional on that panel as she seems to be on this show. But anyway, I really do feel like Christina argues with people the way Brandon argues with her. Very dry, very nonchalant, very condescending. it's an argument not even worth having because the person has already decided how they feel, and so there's no point in having a conversation, an argument, a discussion of any kind because they feel how they feel, and they're going to stick beside that thought, even if it's wrong, even if it's delusional, even if it's not the truth. They're going to stick with that lie, which is why you can't even argue or trust people like Christina, because she's going to believe whatever Brandon tells her just because she wants to be, in on his good side. Like when you are being abused in a relationship and your man often makes you feel like he don't give a fuck about you, girl, you look for opportunities for y'all to be a united front. And I feel like she's looking for an opportunity to be a united front with her husband, and it's not a sword you should be willing to die on. To me, what I've noticed consistently is Brandon will say something because Brandon is insecure, jealous, and weak, so he hates on other successful people consistently. And I think that whenever he would say something mean or something about somebody, Anthony was listening, but Anthony is a snake on some level, meaning that you're clocking everything that he's saying, remembering everything he's saying for eventually when you can use it against him. Still giving me very homoerotic feels, okay? But because, essentially, I feel like whenever men put this amount of effort in with someone, either good or bad, Anthony is still putting in an intense amount of energy towards Brandon and whatever the fuck Brandon got going on. Okay. Because it was messy as fuck for you to turn around and tell Brittany, oh, you working with Christina? Well, Brandon don't really fuck with you like that. To me, that was a way to stop Christina from doing whatever she wanted to do. It didn't really have anything to do with Brandon, but you brought it up because you wanted to fuck over Christina because you're still in some way competing with Christina because of how you feel about Brandon. That's just how I feel about it. Okay. Nobody's seeing the shit as clearly, I guess. But I feel like Brandon is manipulative and he's a liar and he's lied to several people on this show. And I don't understand why Christina is constantly saying things like, that's Brandon, that's not me, but then arguing on his behalf about something he lied about. It just is stupid to me. Okay, let me read some of y'all comments. I'll send you the link because I was telling her he was not a good look. It wasn't my channel, so I had to chill. They were having consistent sex during this time. They must have been. Exactly. Christina is using the same arguments as Brandon. It's so obvious. And the fact that Christina can sing and her husband won't. Girl, we're going to get into it, Victoria. Girl, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Okay? Because I have a lot to say. Anthony is the most manipulative on this show, and I see Dr. Latoya slip after this episode. We're going to have to talk about that because, in all honesty, Anthony is not the most manipulative person on this cast. He's not. He's just the most messy, that's also the most smart. Okay, out of the messy people, he's the smartest of the messiest people, but he's not the most manipulative. I'm going to say that Brandon is the most manipulative person on this show because I believe that Anthony was being manipulated by Brandon at one point. So that's the reason why I won't agree to that. And as far as Dr. Latoya, I know a lot of y'all were upset at Dr. Latoya. Y'all about we're going to discuss it because I do feel like there were moments where she could have handled it, should have handled it differently. But all in all, we gonna get into it when we get there. I won't rush. Okay, we gonna get to it, y'all. But I'm still looking at Christina and Brandon like y'all are some fucking liars, causing a whole bunch of mess because y'all don't want to have to deal with y'all own personal relationships. So y'all rather go and create all this havoc with y'all friends so that y'all don't have to really deal with the fact that you're sleeping with the enemy. Christina is what it's given. Okay. Christina says, hold up. Christina says she did not tell Brandon anything about Colby being jealous of her. She can't hold what Brandon said against Christina. Brandon has his own mind. Colby says, but you and him are one, and you had to say something. You see what I mean? You and him are one. Okay? Christina, you need to understand that. You can't pick and choose when you decide to be one and when not to be one, when to stick beside him and not stick beside him, when to use whatever he's told you against people, and when to say, oh no, what he said don't have nothing to do with me. Like, you need to pick a side. Your flip-flopping ass got my head hurting. Okay? All of the confusion that Christina is causing She does say things in a conniving way. She lies. She lies. She says things in a way that is not true so that she can push out a narrative that is also untrue. We'll get to it, okay? So Christina apologizes. First of all, Colby apologized first. Colby at this point realizes that she's too, emotionally heightened, so she brings it down. I was so glad she did this because she needed to. She was way too overly emotional in this moment, but I also feel like she was being gaslit. Either way, she calms down. She admits that she was overly emotional. She admits that she was defensive. She admits that she did too much. Okay. And she apologizes. At first, Christina didn't think she was serious. So Christina kind of rolled her eyes and she was like, no, I'm really being serious. I still have work to do on myself. And I know that. Okay. But you're right. You didn't say it. Brandon said it. I'm going to take that and I'll have something to deal with Brandon about later. But okay, it wasn't you, it was him. We'll leave it at that. They hug it out. Christina apologizes for what did Christina apologize for? Brandon. She apologized for what he said. Okay. Christina says that she does love Colby and she has her shut up and pray brunch and she's inviting her to come and attend. You don't love that girl. You don't love her. And I'm gonna just tell y'all right now that she doesn't love her. Okay. She doesn't love her. She doesn't. I don't care what anybody's talking about. If you really had love and respect for Colby the way you say you do, you would have treated her better, in my opinion. You would have treated her much better than you did. Oh girl, why are you getting so upset because I didn't answer your phone call, girl? Like it's just not that serious. Like you're just not understanding that. Like that whole energy that she had towards Colby, that's not somebody that really cares about somebody. Somebody that really cares about somebody would have picked up the phone. Hey girl, listen, I'm going through it right now. Like I'm having a hard time, or text, and I really don't have time to deal with this. I do have this on my plate, but I kind of just want to handle it on my own. We'll work together at another time. Y'all, it's that fucking simple. It's that fucking simple. And the fact that everybody's negating that Christina completely disregarded Colby when it came to this whole partnership situation, it could have been handled in a way that showed reverence for your friendship with the girl, but you didn't handle it that way. You avoided it until you couldn't avoid it anymore. And then you came at her in a passive aggressive manner, trying to act like she was asking something of you that was too much, even though you've been telling her this entire time that you did want to work with her. Seems to me that you only wanted to work with her when it was something in your favor, meaning that when you were going to be able to get some of her followers, because she has about 20,000 more followers than you. So I think you were trying to keep the door open to work with her as long as it was to your benefit and not completely to hers. Now she's asking you to bring her in on something, and you're telling her that you don't want to do it and you don't have to share with her and you don't have to. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. But understand that this shows us that you were not being sincere when you were talking about how you really felt about Colby and how you wanted to work with her. That's all. It shows insincerity. What you said is different from how you're moving. That is what Latoya understood about this situation at the fucking skating rink, y'all. Latoya was sitting there listening to everybody's conversation and didn't say a word. She didn't get upset until Brandon came over there with the Colby Cat situation. Okay. And because I think at that point she realized this was on the calm down. And this nigga literally just came in here and re-upset this situation all over again because we know he's secretly mad about the, not really secretly, but we're ignoring the fact that we know he's still mad about Colby outing him about the artist. We know that's what's happening, but nobody's actually saying that Brandon is dragging Colby because of the artist situation. Christina, why are you ignoring that? Like, that's real annoying to me that you're not even seeing a lot of what Brandon is doing is saying is because Colby put him on blast for lying to you. But you decide to make her an adversary instead, just so you can have a moment where at least me and my husband are on the same page about my friend. Like, that's so whack to me. You want to talk about somebody being fucking whack, Christina? That's whack. That's whack. That you so thirsty for your husband to be agreeable with you that you would lose a friendship just so you can be agreeable with him. And that's what this feels like to me. Okay. So Brandon and Christina have been going through it. Okay, hold on. No, I'm skipping something. Latoya and Anthony. Latoya and Anthony are at a photo shoot that he's doing because apparently Anthony does a million different things in order to make sure that he is bringing in some money. Okay, because I was like, why are you doing a photo shoot? What is this for? I thought you did Live Nation and music and shit. Like, I'm just really, and then you did work for, girl, I don't know. Jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know. They discussed Brandon's comments on Brittany, the publicist. Okay. And I think they keep saying that she's their publicist, and it's weird because it's like y'all don't own that lady. She can work with whoever she wants to work with. But I think because Christina and Brandon are trying to act like they did not know that Brittany was Latoya and Anthony's publicist, they keep saying that our publicist, meaning that she was our publicist and you wanted to work with her because you've seen what she's been able to do for us, and now you're trying to fake in front and act like that's not what's happening here, but it is. Like, you're basically seeing what we're doing and copying it while calling somebody else a copy. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so Latoya says there's a lack of communication and understanding. Anthony explains the way Brandon completely lied about the conversation that was had about Brittany. Okay. He lied. He did. He absolutely lied. We don't have confirmation of this, but no, we did have confirmation, right? When Anthony and them sat down and had that conversation, Anthony was calling Brandon a liar because he lied about, what did he lie about, y'all? Y'all gonna make me go and look up this episode right quick so I can see. What did he lie about? I'm about to pull up this scene. Hold up, y'all. Because I want to be right when I talk about this, because it's so much confusion on this fucking show. It's so much confusion on this fucking show. Okay, hold up, y'all. Bitch. Okay, switch. Sorry for the noise, y'all. Hold up. Okay, I think it was episode 5. Hold up, y'all. Okay, when did they go and talk with the Lord? When did that happen? Hold up, y'all. I'm speeding through so I can find. Here we go. Hold up. Okay, hold up, y'all. We about to see.
Brandon walked in here with a shirt that has Christina's faces all over it. Christina is looking at everybody like this on the shirt. Everybody getting inside that. Like, it was weird, honestly. I can see why he's doing it, honestly. He's trying to appease his wife. Kobe couldn't ask me to wear a shirt like that. I'm sorry. That's not me. I love her, but I couldn't do it.
I thank all y'all for being here, and welcome to the Man Movement. I appreciate all y'all. Let's go, fellas. My name is Anthony E. Thompson II. A lot of y'all already know that, of course, because we have worked together a lot in the community and business-wise. What we're going to do is we're going to definitely do the march. We're not going to waste time. We're going to get busy with it. You guys are going to speak.
We got you. We're
Love y'all. Y'all my brothers. Intense.
Again.
Real intense.
Okay.
Days. The other day at the skating rink, I had to event. You didn't get to make it because you said you was working.
Yeah.
So we all just went out to have a good time, just to hang out. No, we had fun at first. And then it got intense with the ladies, bro. It got real intense.
Again.
Real intense. Let me tell you something, because we talked about this already, us. But last night, I was nervous with this guy because, I mean, he called
Okay, this is not
Kobe
it.
Cat.
Hold up. We need to go to the next one. Hold up. Let's go to the next
Coming
one.
up. Be a man and say what you said. When I say something, I said it. I can't respect that.
Okay, yeah, that's the part. This the one. Hold up.
But the main book is the Bible.
Let's get this good word in. How you doing,
Okay,
sir?
okay, y'all. I'm here. Y'all ready?
Been a minute,
Okay.
man.
gentlemen.
Yo.
Bravo.
Hello.
What up, though?
Y'all feeling that?
I'm seeing Russell since he threatened to break 206 bones in my body.
Gracious and Heavenly Father, we are coming to you, asking you for your direction, your leadership, and your light. Bless this time together. Bless this
Playing
the
with the
opportunity
Lord.
just to really reflect on who we are, how we show up as leaders. And another reason, because that's what I felt. I wanted to have a one-on-one conversation with you and show you how we should have handled that situation yesterday. If I wouldn't save, honestly, I probably would have broke every bone in your body. Straight up.
I felt that for like a whole week.
That was the emotion behind it, bro. Like, I was hurt. I've been rocking with you. You've been rocking with me for a while now. So I'm not going to let a Kobe Cat word throw off something that's been going for some years now. We got to move on, man.
And I just made a judgment and error, bro. So
It's all good.
yeah, man. I still love you, bro.
No love lost.
A judgment
Yeah,
and
bro,
error.
Appreciate that.
So there is one more thing I need to bring up. Christina called me.
Okay.
She's like, hey, somebody is throwing your name under the bus. I'm like, first of all, you haven't had a conversation with me or my wife in forever. That needs to happen first. And she's like, well, I just got to tell you about this.
That was messy as fuck for Christina to call Russell with that shit. Let's be very clear.
Anthony is saying this. He had a conversation with the publicist. And Anthony is saying this about y'all to the publicist. I'm like, nah, this makes zero sense. We're going to get some bottom. Christina told me that Anthony is dragging our name through the mud. That's not in his character. So I'll ask Anthony what was said, and we'll see what he says. Tell me what's going on, man. I heard you was dragging my name through the mud.
I've never mentioned your name to anybody because that's really amazing to me. What she is talking about was my publicist, my PR person, Brittany. And we were having a business call and we were going over the stuff with Opulence. And she said, Anthony, Christina wanted me to do some brand agent work with her. Okay, I said, that's interesting. Brandon and I had a conversation. He called me and then he told me he don't rock with you like that. They don't rock with you like that. What? You know, and don't say what like you didn't say that, bro.
First off, I never even knew that was your publicist.
You blatantly lying. We can do a lie detector test anytime.
Okay, so I'ma just tell y'all right now, DC is too small. How the fuck y'all didn't know that Brittany had worked with Anthony and LaToya before? I don't believe that. We've already seen Brandon lie on camera several times by the time we got to this episode. So I believe Anthony.
Bro, let's go. Because it's gonna be a few fails for you on that one. Because
okay.
we had a business conversation about what publishers we was gonna go through. That's the whole conversation.
You talked me out of it. You are a whole freaking liar.
No, I did not say I did not rock with Brittany. I don't know where any of this is coming from, other than a complete fabrication from Anthony's brain because he's being a hater and doesn't want to see Christina work with his publicist.
I've known Brittany a very long time.
That was a projection because I feel like you don't want to see Christina win. You don't want to see Christina work with anybody. I think that you often sabotage whatever Christina has going on, and you found new ways to do that absolves you. And I think this is one of them times where you're literally trying to sabotage whatever it is that Christina has going on, but you're throwing it on Anthony.
I'm saying is, I know Brittany don't be lying. I know that for a fact. She don't be lying. She be straight up and down. So to me, that means Christina was lying about that because I didn't say one word about them. Not one.
I don't think Christina lying. I know Christina's lying. Christina lied and said that I talked about the Harris family. I never even mentioned them. Does Christina have a problem with Brittany?
No, Christina was entering a deal with Brittany. Christina has a deal with Brittany.
Bravo, he said clear as day. I don't rock with her. Period. Clear as day. It ain't like I heard it wrong. It ain't. He just blatantly lying. Be a man and say what you said. When I say something, I said it.
Dog.
I can't respect that, dog.
I don't care what you can respect, dog. Everything you've been doing for this last month been disrespectful. So stop playing.
That's your opinion.
We was doing a showcase together, and then me and Russell and Kobe had our thing, and now you going on and doing a showcase. You let leading Bravo to believe that Brandon can't be trusted.
I didn't leave Bravo to believe. I didn't leave Bravo to believe.
Y'all playing half the showcase without me.
You getting your little head too big on certain things.
To me, you the little dog. Like that. That's just what it is.
Boy, you ain't never even touched $1 million. I done made money and been doing this, boy. Man, get out of here, man. Don't play with me, little boy. Get out of here.
Okay, so in this moment, I'm clocking Brandon as a liar because on episode 1 and 2, he was talking about how Anthony and Bravo are in the places that he wishes he was in, and he's not in the space. They've already made it, and he wished that he was making it too. So why are you now turning around and acting as if Anthony, you don't know what he does, he's not successful, when you were just like talking about how you wish you were as successful as he is?
Well,
man, I'm about to be out, dude. This little boy, he ain't gonna talk to me like he crazy.
Go ahead, man. Like, go ahead with your father's money.
Whose money?
With your father's money.
Man, please, I made way more money than everybody in my family. I'm the person that take it to that level. Don't even play with me. You wish you was me. You wish you could do what I do. You wish you could do what I do. That's what the problem is.
Nobody knows what you do, bro.
Please.
Yeah, this is getting a little bit out of pocket, totally out of hand. Obviously, there's some unresolved issues between Brandon and Anthony.
You better check my resume, little fella.
Let's drop the egos, bro. We're going to drop the egos and let's have a conversation.
Where's it at? Where's it at? It's going to have general bullet points, just like everything you
said. It ain't nothing general. It's pull up. Bro. Everybody know what I did. Star back here has not created one star. Not one.
Tommy got a curveball.
And there's that.
It's officially a hoedown.
I'm full speed, yo.
Egotistical stones right now, bro. It's actually making you sound worse of a businessman than what you are. I just want these guys to just grow up. Just grow up, man. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get over it. And let's get moving. We got some stuff to do.
Bravo's fucking messy. I don't hear anything from him. Disingenuous and messy as fuck. I low-key think you be having shit. You be validating Brandon's bullshit, which makes him feel even more emboldened to come to other people with bullshit. Like, I don't know what that's about, but I don't trust nothing you say, Bravo. Sorry.
Yeah, I still care about you. I want him to win. I've always supported everybody. But what hurts me is you looking at me, I like a man, and you telling a blatant lie. I can't respect that, bro. You telling a blatant lie, and you know you are.
I have no reason. Let's just say I said that. You told Brittany, I said I don't rock with her. What was the motive behind that?
I had no choice. Why would you go try to do business with somebody that you didn't tell me you don't rock with and she on my team? That's like me, anybody on my team. I can't do that.
Why would I say something to her? Because she's my real friend and you disrespected me and her. That's why. You're trying to use my people.
Anthony was trying to sabotage Christina because Anthony is jealous of Christina because of how he feels about Brandon, in my opinion. in my opinion.
People and show them no respect. That's why. You looking at me face to face and okay with this line right now. That hurts.
Well, I'll just say this, bro.
That hurts.
If I said it, it was taken way out of context because I don't remember it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not gonna remember verbatim everything I had in conversation, but that is just not how I feel about Britney. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's really where it's
Okay, did y'all hear that? That's how you know he lied. I'm gonna back it up so y'all can hear it.
Now that hurts.
Well, I'll just say this, bro.
That hurts.
If I said it, it was taken way out of context because I don't remember it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not gonna.
If I said it, it was taken out of context. You're saying if I said it, it was taken out of context. Did you say it or was it taken out of context? See, I feel like you know you said it, but now that he's not backing down on calling you a liar because you're weak, you're now going to have to acquiesce and give something up, right? But you're not admitting to the lying. You're just saying that you don't remember the conversation.
Remember verbatim everything I had in conversation, but that is just not how I feel about Britney. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like that's really where it's going where it's going, bro. I mean, I done squashed so much stuff in the streets, bro, off of me saying something that should have been said differently.
All I'm saying is I want the truth on the table, flat out the truth, and then so everybody's name is cleared, and then we figure out how to build from there.
Well, he just said if he said it, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
I got you. I'm with that.
Shut up,
Definitely
Bravo.
Bible study just say
Bravo is always trying to like make excuses for people, which really annoys me. Okay. But anyway, y'all see what we went back to. Okay. Brandon is lying about ever having this conversation about Britney, but then admits that he probably had the conversation and just don't remember having the conversation. So now we're not even dealing with the fact that Russell and Kobe had nothing to do with the conversation from jump. You see what I'm saying? Brandon is just trying to create confusion because he's trying to sabotage his wife. And I think he doesn't want to be responsible for sabotaging her. So throw Kobe and Russell in it because you know we're already in conflict with them. That's what I think it was. Because if that was the case, why not just call Anthony from jump? Why not call Anthony and ask him about what was said instead of calling Russell saying that Anthony was talking bad about you when Anthony never said anything about Russell? You see what I'm saying? When you lie a lot, it's hard to remember. It is. Brandon should have owned it. He should have. I just caught up on this show. I think Anthony is the worst. Anthony is not the worst, but he is the worst. To me, Brandon is the worst because Brandon knows how Anthony feels about him and he uses it to manipulate his wife and he manipulates Anthony. I think Anthony is starting to realize he's been manipulated by Brandon and it's upsetting him and hurting his feelings. Okay, so he's acting like a bitch. Bravo plays both sides. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's what he does. Yeah, he knows he said it. Him and that top bun irk my nerve. Exactly. He be lying. And then he bring Christina into the lie. And now you've got Christina arguing on his behalf, basically, over a lie. Yes, I made a whole video about the Montgomery brawl on my YouTube. Y'all go look for that, okay? Anyway, because I had somebody pop into my live that it really kind of annoyed me. It wasn't a live, but I posted about my Q&A for the Ghana retreat, and they're in the comments talking about Bondy, you missed the brawl. I didn't miss shit. You missed it. Like, we're talking about something else. Do you see the you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not talking about you right now, but I'm just saying, like, that irked me because I'm like, bitch, that's not what we're here to talk about. And I already posted about it. Go find it. Yeah. But anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not talking about that. I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about in that specific video. But yeah, I did a little video about it already. I have not done a full live. Those little videos I posted on Instagram, those were done specifically for Instagram. There was no live. Okay. So Brandon and Christina have been going through it. And I'm like, the last time we checked in with y'all was supposed to be doing good. Now y'all going through it again. Y'all are going through it again because y'all relationship is unstable because your partner is a liar. He's not really trying to make things good with you. And you think that's just the ebbs and flows of a relationship. You're so used to the push and pull, you don't even realize that your relationship is not a good relationship if y'all can't go from week to week without the same issues coming up over and over and over again. So they have been neglecting each other. So now he's taking her on a date. Have y'all been neglecting each other? Because how the fuck Christina neglecting a nigga that don't come home? How? How is she neglecting somebody that don't come home? Anyway, the mentors put fire under both of their butts because Because Christina says that she probably could have done more. Y'all, the mentors, they starting to work on my nerves already. We've only seen the mentors one time. And unless y'all are shooting out of order and being fucking fraudulent with y'all timeline, it seems to me that y'all probably had to talk to them again. And I just kind of feel like people are always trying to make people stay in stupid relationships when they should be trying to tell them to get out of the relationships. But y'all feel like these men would be nothing without these women. So y'all don't want the women to leave the men. So y'all keep telling them that they should just work it out. Even though y'all see the men mistreating the women, not being honest, not really putting forth the same amount of effort, not being genuine in your conversations, not really caring about however the woman feels for real, but only caring for the moment so you can get out of punishment. Because you don't want to be told no. You don't want her to withdraw. You don't want her to not do things for you. You still want her to be accessible to you, even though you're treating her like shit. So y'all go and talk to the mentors so the mentors can get her to stop being angry with you and get you to stop being an asshole for a moment and tell her what she wants to hear so she can continue to do what you want her to do. I think most people understand the man has to lie and tell the woman what she wants to hear. And then the woman has to believe the lie and then stop being angry so that she can give the man what he wants. That is what the mentors are there to do. Period. Nothing else. Just like you said on another video, men will back up the BS from another man until the BS is done to them. Yes, absolutely. Recognize he a snake in the fucking grass, but won't pay any mind to it until it's biting him in the ass. Okay. So at dinner, she tells him that he has to prioritize her. They used to spend way more time together than they do now. She doesn't feel like he protected her when it comes to his mom and dad. Like she was just open season for them. And I'm like, that was the first red flag. And he said he didn't realize that he was supposed to protect his wife from his family. And I'm just kind of like, girl, if he didn't realize that he needed to protect you from mistreatment, that was the first red flag. You have been setting yourself up to be mistreated in this relationship since the very beginning. You were not supposed to marry Brandon. You probably weren't even supposed to have children with Brandon. But here we are with you in a relationship with a man that you shouldn't have never been with. Because if you were paying attention from the beginning, the first time he allowed his parents to disrespect you, he was showcasing himself as being weak. The color purple. I will reference the color purple. When Suge Avery explained to us about her situation with Albert when they were kids, how all of Suge Avery's kids were by Albert, but because Albert's daddy did not like Suge Avery for whatever mess that goes back generations, they didn't want to let them people be together, so they maligned Suge Avery as some type of hoe and shamed Mr. And Albert decided he wanted to be weak, right? You're weak because your parents are telling you you can't be with this woman. And instead of defying them like a grown adult should do and deciding to be with that woman anyway, you decide to listen to your parents or marry her and still allow your parents to disrespect her. To me, it's the first sign that a man is weak, when he will not protect his woman against his parents. Like, not to say that I feel like a man is supposed to be like disrespecting his parents on behalf of a disrespectful woman. But if the woman is being attacked by your disrespectful parents, you're supposed to protect her. And if you don't feel like you're supposed to protect her, you should not have her because you're weak. You're going to let your parents roll over you. You're going to let them roll over her. You're not strong enough to have a wife. You're not strong enough to have a family, because in this very instance of you having to show your strength, you are weak. That's the first thing, y'all. If a man or anybody, ever has, and I'm saying specifically with the man, okay? If a man is in a situation where he has a good woman, he loves this woman allegedly, and his parents don't like her, and he allows the parents to disrespect her or allows them to run how he treats her, he's weak. That is going to persist in the relationship, him being weak, him not being strong-willed. When a man is weak and not strong-willed, it means that he will quit things that are difficult, things that are hard. He will be weak, he will tap out, he will not reach full potential because it got too hard for him. So when you fast forward to Brandon's business and how he isn't the producer that he thought he would be. He hasn't reached the height of the success he thought he would reach. Something tells me it's because you're weak, and reaching any height of success requires determination and strong will. You don't have determination and strong will. You don't. You have manipulation. You have being rewarded for bad behavior on your side, but you haven't learned the lesson that you have to work hard and you have to fight against your own instincts in order for something to happen. Meaning that whenever we want to accomplish something, we're going to get tired. We're going to not want to do it. We're going to get bored. We're going to get frustrated. And we have to fight through all of those negative feelings in order to still accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. The goal is never easy to accomplish. So it's always going to come with issues. It's always going to come with roadblocks. It's always going to come with a maze of things that you have to go through in order to accomplish the goal. But if you're weak, if you won't fight for anything, if you don't have any integrity, if you're not strong-willed, then you won't make those things happen for yourself. And then because you have not been taught accountability in your household with your white mama and your angry black daddy, however that works out, okay? You haven't been taught accountability, so you will never be accountable for your actions. So who's to blame for your career not being where it's supposed to be? It has to be your wife, right? That's what he's been telling us this whole show, that Brandon's success has been impeded because of Christina's insecurities. What we found out this episode is that is the fucking opposite. Apparently, Christina wanted to be a singer, and people actually thought that she was a good singer. Okay? Anthony is conniving, y'all. Please don't misunderstand me. Anthony is a bitch. Anthony is absolutely going around showing us the truth of Brandon, even though he tried to hide it all of that time. The first couple of episodes, he's hiding who Brandon is. He's making excuses for him. And now you're trying to show us how he ain't shit, right? That's why you go and meet with your homeboy Lyric, that spells his name like my husband's name, Lyric. Child, I ain't got time. Anyway, girl, Lyric still got braids. We know we cannot trust anything this man is saying because he still got braids, okay? But Lyric pulls up a song that he produced for Christina because he explains Brandon has a rivalry with him. It's not because Brandon isn't talented, but he can't see a star if one is laying in the bed next to him, i.e. Christina, who's a really good singer, according to Lyric. Now, it did sound like that's how y'all bitches sing. Don't none of y'all sing from way up and through here with the diaphragm. Y'all don't be up and through here with it. Y'all be real up in the nasal passage with your singing. And we don't like that. Okay, we need you to blend the diaphragm and the nasal passages to hit the head, the head voice. Okay, couldn't we be happily ever after? Like I had to hit that one because I was listening to Case recently. Okay, but either way, y'all get what I'm saying. Her vocals really didn't come in on that track until they got to the chorus. If Christina was the person that did the layered vocals for the chorus, she can sing. She can sing because the chorus sounded good. The chorus was layered in a very brownstone, early 2000s, late 90s way. And the song was from 2002. So it's old. Okay. It's very old, 20 years ago. So I was like, so Christina was an artist and really could have continued to be an artist. He even said if she would have continued, her voice would have got stronger. It probably would have. Okay. So what that tells me, and not even what it tells me, what it makes me feel, is that Brandon knew that Christina was a star. Their relationship probably started out with him seeing her as a star, but realizing that she could outgrow him. And he didn't want her to outgrow him. So what does he do? You have a relationship with her, you marry her, you have a baby with her so that you can keep her close to you because you see how valuable she is, but you don't want anybody else to see it. And you actually are in a relationship with this woman, have a family with her, but you are continuously sabotaging anything she tries to do for herself. I think he sabotaged her music career just as I feel like he sabotages her fashion career. And she doesn't see it because she's been raised to see a husband as a good thing. I don't know why. That's not what they said in the Bible. They said a man that find a wife findeth a good thing, not a woman that find a husband findeth a good thing. That's not what they said, because that's not the truth of the matter, if y'all really trying to be real about it. Okay. A lot of times when a woman finds a husband, she finds another person to take care of that is more similar to a child. Okay. But that's a conversation for another time. Either way, this let me know that Brandon is Lorenz Tate in a Rain on Me video, standing in the background, constantly trying to sabotage his wife because he doesn't want her to outgrow him. He's insecure. He is intimidated by her. He resents her. And as long as he can keep her under his foot and begging for his affections, then he can, he can pretend like he really loves her. But he don't really love her. I think he started out being infatuated with her because she was beautiful and talented and she was a Black woman. I think he might have wanted to be with her to spite his mother on some level. Like a biracial kid raised by a white woman ends up with a Black woman just so he can mentally and emotionally abuse her. Yeah, it's given that you got with a Black woman to spite your mother. And then got with her and realized that Black people require accountability, especially in their middle to upper class households. You're not going to just be able to do any old thing the way some of these white mothers that don't really know how to raise children, they just going to let their kids run amok in the palace. Okay. That's what it sounds like happened with him. No accountability, do whatever you want to do. And so now he's in a relationship and a family. And because he doesn't want to do something, he feels like he doesn't have to do it. There are so many men. There are so many people, period, but really men, y'all really take that shit to heart. I don't like being told what to do. Well, understand a part of you not liking being told what to do is the reason why you're not where you want to be. You're not successful because being successful requires listening to other people's advice and opinions, paying attention to what other people are doing that works. Because you refuse to listen to other people, you're not going to make it. You're never going to do what it is you really want to do because you refuse to listen to other people. Y'all, I know niggas like this. I know niggas that talk all day about what they want for themselves, but they never really fully put in the full work that it requires because they don't want to listen to anybody. They don't want to be told what to do. They don't want to do shit that they don't want to do. And success requires you to do shit that you don't want to do. And I don't understand why you don't understand that. I don't understand why that's so hard for some of you niggas to understand. But to me, they just explained to me this whole episode that I was right about Brandon. And the reason why he hasn't made it in life is because of his own inadequacies, his own insecurities, being raised by people who have not raised him to be accountable for his life. And I'm actually wondering who the real breadwinner in their relationship is, because I feel like Christina's probably the one making all of the money. Christina's probably the one making all of the money. As far as I'm concerned, let me see what y'all are saying. He is her biggest op and she can't see it. For real. Yup. He keeps making sure she's not successful on her own, holding on to her coattail and bringing her down. When I went on and ain't no man could stop my flow, but as a woman in music, I knew there were other things that stopped my personal pursuit. She told her story. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to listen to you talking about from that podcast? I think he definitely sabotaged her career with Kobe. Oh yeah. To me, all I see is a man that doesn't want a woman to fully engage with another woman, because when women come together, they strengthen each other. You don't want her to be strengthened and do, on her own, or have a friend that can offer her more than you. Men are often jealous of the relationships that women have with other women. When they're just platonic sister relationships, you are jealous. You jealous. Because she's not supposed to give herself to anybody else, and nobody else is supposed to provide her what you can't provide her. And a lot of times a good homegirl will treat you better than any nigga. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Brandon is Marceau 2.0, same wicked mind, a little different, but yeah, every time I see them together on clips, Christina is pouring her heart out and Brandon is looking like he wants her to shut up quickly. Yeah, that's what's happening, bruh, because I don't see why his mom wouldn't like her, because she wanted him to go be with a white girl. Brandon gives Martell Holt 2.0. He likes Christina because she's impressive to others, but he secretly hates her. Yep, that's what it's given. That's what I've been feeling. I'm like, this is definitely giving Mel and Martell. The only difference is Christina isn't as smart as Mel. And I say that because Mel is, Mel got out of her situation. I also think Mel growing up to a single mother made it easier for her to see men clearly. When you grow up with a father that controls the way you see men, you don't see them clearly. I'm just saying. She is the breadwinner. We can tell. Ooh, I hate niggas like that. I hate that energy, period. Uh talking about what you about to do but never do it. About to do ass niggas. Oh yeah. Always about to do ass nigga. She didn't say a name, but I think we know who it is that made her not want to sing. It must be her because he doesn't even have successful artists signed to him. It's giving Tisha and Soul, but way worse. Yep. She most likely is the breadwinner because what is his job again? That's why I said he was projecting onto Anthony. Anthony may do a whole bunch of different things, but we know that Anthony, works for Live Nation and that he and Latoya have businesses that he runs. Even in his picture, you can see how he wants to be the star, not her. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Everybody else is standing behind their wives. He's the only one that wants to be low key pushing himself in front of her. It also sounds like Brandon is scared of having to compete with other people in order to succeed. Yes, exactly, DeQuasia. Exactly. Which is why he sees his wife as competition because he can't compete with these men. Whenever these men chest up to him, he punks out. That should let y'all know. Brandon has a green eye. Child, that'll let you know everything you need to know about motherfucker. One green eye. He's a fucking dark cloud. He really is about to do ass niggas. I love that. Because there's a whole bunch of about to do ass niggas, and we trying to figure out why y'all always about to do something and can't do it. Okay? But Lyric told Anthony that Brandon is sleeping on the biggest talent that's sleeping in the bed next to him. Kobe and Latoya ride together to the Shut Up and Pray thing. I feel like that's such a stupid name. Shut Up and Pray. Like you can try to make that make sense all you want to. Shut something up. Just shut down something that is closed and will not read. Oh, girl, shut up. Yeah, you shut up. Shut up and pray. I don't like that shit. I don't like when y'all use conservative talking points or one-liners to your advantage. Shut up and pray. I like that shit. Anyway, because I feel like talking is the way to understand things. Okay. And a lot of times they want you to shut up and just listen. No, I'm not shutting up and just listening to people that's trying to indoctrinate me into bullshit. Christina contacted Russell before Christina's birthday. We talked about that. She told him Anthony shared info to the public. We all know about this. Latoya says that, okay, so Kobe was explaining to Latoya everything that has taken place. Yes, her and Christina met up. They were able to have their come to Jesus moment, but we feel in a way about the way Christina said, Anthony said something about Kobe and Russell when Kobe and Russell were never brought up in the conversation. So now Latoya is pissed off because you lying on her husband. And you're attacking my husband's character. And I'm going to just keep it a buck with y'all. I am not mad at Latoya because Latoya wanted to defend her husband. Like, I'm going to just tell y'all, Latoya saying, you said my husband said something he didn't say, so now I have to come and talk to you. Y'all, I'm sorry. I don't have a problem with that at all. I also like the fact that this was the perfect time to talk about it. This is an event about, having come into Jesus moments. You know what I'm saying? Like we were supposed to come here and resolve things. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring you to the side and I'm going to have a calm conversation, a calm, uncomfortable conversation with you so we can possibly get to the bottom of it and resolve it. But I'm not about to sit in here and act like I'm cool with you because I don't want to be fake. I appreciate Latoya for that sentiment. Okay. So Brandon was there, but Brandon is avoiding the women as he should because, you don't have any backup. So you need to go ahead and scurry on away like the little mouse ass nigga that you are. Christina and Kobe both have friends named Chelsea that have on the same skirt. It's very weird. Kobe's Chelsea is uncomfortable, and Kobe has to let her know that she and Christina talked. It's okay. They pray. Latoya has questions, so she takes Christina to the side. She compliments her and says, listen, this is all great. It's all cute. She says, in the spirit of transparency, I want to address what you said Anthony said, from our publicist. And Christina was like, oh, what was said? Christina was already playing dumb. That was a problem for me, y'all. And this is what I get annoyed about with people. Why, when people, look at these scenes or give commentary, they're not picking up on these subtle nuances. Christina came into this conversation lying, being disingenuous, trying to pretend as if she didn't know what was going on. And Latoya says, well, you know what she said. Be my publicist. You know what she said. And Christina says, okay, well, someone called me. She was like, be my publicist. Because why are you saying someone called me? As if this has been said to just any old fucking body. I feel like Christina tries to fit things into the truth to make it fit her narrative. Okay. So you're starting out already saying that somebody. No, it's not somebody. It's very specifically, it is B. Now, why you're trying to make it seem like it's any old body is because you want to make it seem like Anthony is just going around talking bad about you and your husband to any old body. That's not what's happening here. Okay. So hold up. Christina says, well, what was said? Latoya says, well, you know what was said. Christina is still saying Russell and Colby said something about B when she said Anthony didn't say anything about Russell and Colby. That's the thing that aggravated me. Christina is still telling Latoya that Anthony was being messy, talking about Russell and Colby to B. And I don't think that B would lie about that. That's not what B said, though, Christina. You see how Christina keeps saying things that aren't true while they're having this argument so that she can try to be right? The only thing that we're trying to get you to understand is that Anthony did not say anything about Colby and Russell to B. He simply stated, being the messy queen that he is, that Brandon told him that he didn't like B. He said they, but he meant Brandon. They see Brandon as you and Brandon. So if Brandon doesn't like B, then we're assuming that Christina doesn't like B because Christina is always sticking beside her husband. Okay? That's how we got to they. Christina then says, well, Anthony is talking about me saying something about B that I never said. Ma'am, he never said you said anything. Again, he said Brandon said it. And then Christina says, oh, well, why is B calling me out of the blue, telling me about something that Anthony said? Bitch, it was not out of the blue. It's not out of the blue. You wanted to work with B. B told Anthony. Anthony, being a hating ass nigga that he is, said that, well, Brandon and by product, Christina don't like you. So now B wants some clarity before she spends time working on your behalf. If you really don't like her or if you have some issue with her, it needs to be discussed before y'all move forward in business. It's not like somebody just called you out of the blue because Anthony is going around Detroit talking shit about Christina and Brandon. That's not what the fuck happened, but that's what you're trying to say happened. Which is why Latoya is getting upset because you're not dealing in the truth. You're not dealing in the facts of the situation. You're dealing in the lie that you and Brandon are trying to say is going on. Like, hello, Brandon lied to you. Either Brandon lied to you or you're lying now. But Colby and Russell were not brought up in the conversation between Anthony and B. B said Anthony did not say anything about Colby and Russell. That's what B said. So for you then to turn around now, after that's already been clarified for you by B, and tell Latoya that her husband was lying, girl, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Your husband said he don't like B. Anthony never said anything about Colby and Russell. So you standing in front of Latoya telling her that her husband was talking about you is a lie. Girl, honestly, the conversation was extremely infuriating because she kept switching it up. She kept changing little small facts of what was happening to cause more confusion. And once you cause all this confusion, people get exasperated and they don't even want to fucking argue anymore. Oh, but see, I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those. Okay. So when she was doing all of this, and then you could tell that she felt like she was winning the argument because LaToya is getting exasperated while Christina continues to lie in this conversation and change the facts of it to suit her narrative. LaToya is getting aggravated. LaToya is somebody that is probably not used to dealing with this type of bullshit. A person in your face, smiling, acting like they're above some shit while lying, knowing that they lying. Okay, so Colby says that she's never seen Dr. Thompson so upset, and I'm like, Colby, in all honesty, she was still handling the situation better than you handled it when you got into it with Christina. But anyway, Christina says you're not going to address me at my event like this. Okay, it's what I'm going to tell you. Because LaToya was like, listen, I don't know if you know what my degrees are in, but I need you to understand that I went to school to study how humans react, the way they speak, their body. Like, so I have a specific expertise in being able to tell if somebody is lying or somebody is being full of shit with me. I went to school for that. So I know what I'm talking about when I say that what you said is not matching what you are doing. That was not hard for anybody to understand. Christina starts to say that LaToya thinks she know what she's talking about. You're being condescending and you're gaslighting her. She just explained to you how she has expertise, and then you turn around and tell her she's wrong and she doesn't know what she's talking about. You're antagonizing her. You're trying to get her upset and angry so that she can be confused in this argument. You're trying to play on her emotions so she won't think logically in this conversation with you, just the way Brandon does with you. Yeah, we see what the fuck you're doing here, okay? Christina says, what is LaToya talking about? She's inserting herself in this situation. She's not inserting herself. You lied about her husband. That is her business. You lied and said, like, you literally called Russell and told him that Anthony said something he did not say. Like, you literally could have got her husband in some bullshit with Russell because you're trying to protect Brandon and be in cahoots with Brandon over some bullshit. That's is anybody like not seeing the way that she totally ignored the fact that Brandon could have possibly been lying to her and went straight to Russell to tell him and Anthony was talking shit about him? Girl, you were not there for the conversation. How are you the person calling Russell to tell Russell that Anthony was talking about him? Don't you think that's something that Brandon should have done, considering the fact that they're all friends? It also gave me that you were calling Russell so that you can spite Christina. Yeah, I'm gonna call your husband and talk to him, but I'm gonna ignore the conversation that you and I need to have. Girl, you all over the place, and you gonna sit up here and act like LaToya's so wrong. Like, I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Okay. And LaToya says you have a very conniving way of saying things, and she does, clocking her immediately on what she's doing in the moment. Christina says LaToya is trying to find an issue with her. I'm like, no, she's not trying to find an issue. She has an issue. You lied. Okay. Then she brings up how LaToya called her fake at the skating rink. This was my only problem with LaToya. LaToya, I don't know why you kept saying it was in the context of the conversation. Just be clear. Just say, I did think you and your husband were being fake. I did. I felt like you were telling Colby that y'all were sisters and you cared about her. But when it came time to work with her, that's not how you treated her. You treated her like a fucking stranger that was begging you for change. Okay? Different vibe. Your husband, who's supposed to be friends with all of us, comes over to antagonize a situation that was dying down. I noticed that, and I know why he did it. So now I'm even more agitated because I see what the both of y'all are fucking doing. And y'all are disingenuous. Y'all are lying. Y'all are full of shit. And y'all are trying to get everybody else wrapped up in y'all bullshit so that y'all don't have to focus on how unhappy y'all are in y'all's relationship. That's what LaToya clocked. Okay? Now, LaToya, you should have said all of that shit instead of backing down the way you did. Because I feel like you backed down. And that's why Christina had that smirk on her face. Well, what did you say? What did you say? I said that I don't do fake. When you were looking at me, she wasn't looking at you. She was actually looking at Brandon. When they played the scene back, Christina is sitting down. Brandon is standing up. LaToya says, I don't like fake shit, and looks up. She looked up. She did not look down. She wasn't even talking to you, really. She was talking to your husband. But you were being fake with Colby, and a hit dog will holler. You told on yourself. You feeling triggered by her saying she don't do fake? Let me know you being fucking fake. Okay? And she explains to her, I had 8 years to learn my doctorate in studying human behavior and movement. Your actions and your words don't align. Okay? Christina says that she thinks she knows what she's talking about. She doesn't. She's wrong. Is that what your degree got you? See, yeah, more gaslighting, more antagonistic vocabulary. Like you're continuing to say things to upset LaToya so that she will get angry and she won't continue to clock you for lying and trying to create chaos in this situation because it's what you're doing. She keeps saying shit to make LaToya angry when LaToya is simply coming at her with, you lied and said my husband said something he did not say. Period. Okay? So I really wish that LaToya would have fucking checked her for real, and let her know what it is. But something lets me know, that church shit makes it hard for y'all to check people the way they need to be checked. You've been taught to be respectful. You don't like loud arguments. You don't like, raising up on people. You like to keep it very cute and calm, LaToya. Yeah, you needed to raise up a little bit more. But Christina is doing what I find a lot of people do when they don't want to be held accountable for something. They jump to an extreme. So I'm holding you accountable for this one thing, right? And now you're saying that LaToya is always trying to find an issue with you. I'm like, y'all have only had this one situation. Why do you feel like she's always trying to find an issue with you? She didn't like the way you handled Colby. She took some space from you, but she wasn't completely counting you out. Then you lied on her husband and caused even more turmoil, which now makes her feel like, bitch, you digging this grave even deeper. If I was going to, shake back from how I felt about the way you handled Colby, I'm damn sure not going to shake back now. I like that LaToya called her out for playing victim. Because she was playing victim. Period, point blank. Okay, let's see what y'all saying. Let us know her husband is not lying. You and yours are. Right. LaToya was frustrated. She was. Plus, they showed us a clip of Brittany saying Anthony said nothing about Russell or Colby to Christina. So she's lying. Exactly. You fake your husband, fake your marriage, fake. Okay, your fake relationship with Colby is fake, just fake as fuck. Yes, I agree. I hate how everyone online was asking as if Christina ate LaToya, acting as if Christina ate LaToya up in their conversation, talking about her degree. That's because most people who don't have degrees feel a way whenever somebody, brings up their degree. Y'all be low-key jealous and mad. So, bitch, you're not better than me because you got a good career. No, I may not be better than you, but I'm smarter than you in this area. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. I have more information at my disposal. I understand things better than you do. Yeah, I do. And anybody that's looking at the two of them should be able to assess that LaToya and Christina are two different types of women. Yes, you feel inferior. So now you align yourself with the stupid bitch that's lying on camera. Okay, fine. I'm sorry, Christina, but you's a dumb bitch lying on camera. We can see you. Christina would make me cuss the dog fuck out of her. That's how I feel. Okay? Oh, girl, they really upset me. And it's like you really making adversaries out of these women because of your husband. And he's the one who's really holding you back. Girl, it is so sad. All right, y'all. I'm going to take a little quick break right quick. Because I need to go downstairs and read my coffee right quick. So y'all just give me a second and I'll be right back. just in time. I was just in time. Okay. So hope y'all are hope y'all good. Let's go ahead and get into the last show, girl. Bell Collective. Before we get into the actual episode, I want to read y'all what the girl Sanjay was saying about the situation with her parents. Okay. Hold up. What can I? Let me see. Can I? No. Okay, I'm gonna just read from over here. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? We here. Okay, I'm about to read it. Here we go. All right. Shout out to Money Making Melody fan page. Okay, because they sent me this. So here's what it says. This is I believe. Oh, let me read the caption. The girl said lie on my mama and will tell the truth about y'all. And so Gucci, I know damn well you ain't sitting in that house letting a dude that looks like Goofy from a Goofy movie cheat on you, child. And we need all of this addressed at the reunion, Carlos King. Is JJ a serial cheater? And who the hell is sleeping with JJ? Did Shantae plot to turn Selena friends against her? Has she met the grandbaby yet? Is Selena scared Shantae is gonna pinch her grandbaby because he looks like her? These are the questions the people want to know. Child, they so messy. But this is what I believe is what Sanjay was saying. Hold up. Wow, Shantae, if a person was a lie, it would be you. You must have forgot. Hold up, girl. Let me scoot closer. Okay, y'all ready? Okay, all right. The bells are fighting online. Yes. Okay. You must have forgot that when we was kids and you was asked to fix our place, that you said, nah, your kids not there, saying we wasn't your kids and we were young. You must have also forgot that when we asked you for things, you said, nah, go ask your dad. You must have forgot that you said you have never did anything for us and not about not about to start that was actually said on TV. It's more to let girl, I don't know what the children are saying. Hold up, you must have forgot that you said you have never did anything for us and not about to start. That was actually said on TV. It's more to it. Let's be real about it, ma'am. Tell the truth, love. Also, you must have forgot you have been cyberbullying my mom for 16 plus years. Stop playing victim. It's so much more. Let's also not forget how you had to beg my daddy to sign the divorce papers that my mother filed so you could marry him. Let's keep the truth, baby. And y'all want to talk about cheating when you have him in the doghouse every week because he don't hide it from you. He's been doing it to my mom and he's doing it to you, love. She left for a reason and you stayed for the money. Huh? Stop acting. Hold up. Stop playing. Hold up. Because it jumped. Stop acting like you took care of us. I don't know. I don't know if you trying to convince something. You must have forgot you have been cyberbullying my mom for 16 plus years. Stop playing victim. It's so much more. Let's not forget about how you okay. Stop acting like you took care of us. I don't know if you're trying to convince yourself for the neglect you gave your own child, but you never took care of us. Have a nice day and keep feeding your fans the cute lies. And on another part, your daughter asked my mother to be her mother, plus another lady because you did her wrong, as well as of course she forgot that because she wants you to finally accept her. Yeah. To my dad talking about infidelity, the lies. Latrice said, girl, let me take your phone. You know they have the perfect marriage. Child, Latrice, who Sanjay said him and her don't believe that themselves. It's their marriage. Girl, they was on Twitter going back and forth. Sanjay said he's allowing all this destruction and she fake. She tried to talk to us like, girl, go on. She ain't get not one reply. Curved her ass. She learned real quick. We not messing with her. She likes to act and put on for people. Just all what Sanjay said. Selena was always at the Clothing Across America giveaways. JJ would share these events on his YouTube channel. And so Gucci was never in sight. Say what you want, but that man was always proud to show Selena off as the mother of his kids. Absolutely. 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 And I like the way Diana also set y'all straight. Diana confirmed Selena was an active DDP parent, dancing doll parent before the show. Okay, and they show pictures of her being involved in stuff with her daughters. Yeah. I told y'all that it was very obvious that Selena loved her kids and was involved in their lives when we were watching Bring It. Like, it wasn't just because she liked attention. It was also because she just wanted to stand up for her, for her daughters and make sure that they was getting limelight. But they absolutely showed us pictures of all of the girls together, Latrice and child Tambra. Y'all, Tambra need to do better, okay? Because Tambra and all of her hair, she just be doing too much. But Tambra, okay, Tambra and Selena seem like they're really close. Latrice and Selena seem like they're close. They're in the pictures together. So yeah, it is given very much that she was already a part of the clique, and y'all were trying to keep her out of the clique, okay? That's what it's giving. But I just wanted y'all to know that that's what Money Making Mel's fan page sent me. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Letitia and her book. Y'all, can somebody explain to me why the fuck Letitia has a book about how side chicks are winning? Why do you have a book about that, ma'am? Why do you have a book about side chicks winning? Can you explain it to me, Letitia? Because your husband, Glendale, is allegedly constantly like having you wondering if he's cheating on you. So are you going to tell us the side chicks helped you keep your man? Are you going to say the thirsty side chicks that are willing to do things for your man's money? Are you mean to tell it like, because to be very clear, the positioning is different. A side chick can't do nothing for me. A side chick can't teach me nothing. I already know what her positioning is. To get what she can get out of this situation and get the fuck on if she's smart. Your dumb ass think that you getting a bitch to fall in love with you and really she's just trying to run your pockets. A lot of these young girls are not like Ariane Curry. A lot of them don't want to be your wife. A lot of them don't want to be washing your clothes and cooking your food and being the one that you always asking for something. They want to be the fun time girl. They want you to come over there, drop the dick off, give them a few little dollars and go on about your way. That's what the side chicks want. And to me, what the side chicks should be teaching y'all is that y'all need to have a level of detachment from these niggas as well. Because y'all stupid sticking around for fucking love and you the only one showing love. Okay? That's what it feel like to me. I knew behind them jokes and pigtails what ain't it shit. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. He paying for coochie via bills because he is not attractive. Oh yeah, he definitely whatever girls he is fucking with, running his pockets. I might be the only one that feels like JJ is so proud of Selena because she and their daughter are lighter than So Gucci. It's definitely giving colorism. Please know that. I've been saying since Bring It that whole daddy's babies mess with smoke and mirrors. JJ ain't shit. It's absolutely given. You just wanted the attention to be on you. Yeah. Letitia and Marie were going at it. Marie just wants everyone to dislike Latrice. I agree. Marie is pathetic to me on some level. You're delusional. You can't tell me shit about Latrice when you over there with a new nose and a fake ass telling everybody it's real. Girl, go to hell. Until you can deal with the delusion that you are currently living under with your new nostril, yeah, we can't talk to you about nothing. Okay? We can't talk to you about nothing. If all this is true, then I wonder why JJ married So Gucci. She takes slugs for a man who don't mind the shots being taken. He married her probably because he wanted to keep her happy because he wanted to keep her. I also think he probably married her thinking it would upset Selena. I think that he married her because he saw that she would do anything for him, including neglecting her own kid so that she can be there for him. And that's what I want. I want Dee to understand that. I feel so sorry for So Gucci's daughter. I really do. Like, I really wish that she, I wish she would watch me. not because I want her to see me talking bad about her mom, but just because I feel like you need a clearer perspective. Your mom is so male identified, you really can't trust her. And I hate to say it, but I feel like this is what's about to happen. So D has been getting confirmation her entire life that her mama ain't shit. Now she's in the part of her life where she needs help from her mom. Her mom might feel some guilt about the way she has done her daughter in the past. So now D is going to try to give her mom all of this grace and all of this empathy and shit, thinking that I was just young and mad at my mom and I wasn't seeing clearly. So now she's going to spend some time trying to unwrap herself from that. But at some point, things are going to reveal themselves to her. And she's going to recognize that her mom is exactly who she always felt that her mom was. At some point, probably 30, 35, in that time range, hopefully before then, she'll look at her mom and be like, everything I thought about you when I was young was right. I was right. And I really allowed this time frame to confuse me about what was really happening. Because the real shit behind it, this has nothing to do with Sanjay, Star, and Sky. This is about your mom caring more about running behind a man than being a mother to you. It wasn't about being a mother to his kids. It was about pretending to give him whatever it is that he needed so that he would choose her. Your neglect is a byproduct of your mom caring more about a man than herself and you. That's going to be hard for you to deal with at some point, but you already feel it. You already feel that your mom put this relationship with this man in front of you. She did. She did. You're going to try to find a way to give her grace and understand it. And even if you do give her grace and understand it, because you understand what it's like for a woman to have a fucked up childhood, fucked up life, get no validation, and then in her adult life seek out that validation in a man. A man provides money, pretends as if he treats her well, and a sea full of niggas that's not even doing that much. It will seem as if your mom made a decision that was a good decision for her. But really, it will still be you got put on the back burner so she could run behind this man. And that is the real betrayal. It ain't got nothing to do with Selena, Sanjay, Star, and Sky. It is about your mom and your mom picking JJ over you. D is in a space right now where she can't even really deal with that because she needs her mom and she wants to feel close to her mom. So what happens is when you want to feel close to somebody who you feel neglected, betrayed, or harmed by, you will become defensive of them because you feel like if you fight for them the way you feel like they should have fought for you, they will return the love that you're giving them. See, mama, I'm fighting for you. You didn't fight for me like that when I was younger, but I'm fighting for you like that now. Will you love me like that now? And what D is gonna have to come to terms with is that Sophia is incapable of giving her the type of love that she needs and requires. I just hope it's not too late because I feel like the sooner she sees her mother clearly and understands what's really happening, the sooner she will save herself and her own child from dealing with those same things. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like if all your mom taught you is to run behind a nigga, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna neglect your kid, running behind a nigga because that's what your mama taught you how to do. You know what I'm saying? I really wish that D would separate herself from her mom and just let her mom handle this shit on her own. But we saw this episode that when they met up, and it also, y'all, the way she said that D doesn't like to talk around JJ. So whenever D gets her alone, she just unleashes and all of that because we needed to have a reason for why D was going in the way she was. Oh, she just finally needed to get this off her chest. She never gets opportunity to get it off her chest. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I think you knew that your daughter was going to have your back in this scene, which is why you orchestrated this scene. I think whenever D is present, it is so she can make So Gucci look good on camera. I really do. I feel there is a disconnect between D and So Gucci, meaning that D is sitting down trying to digest the truth of the upbringing, also trying to defend her mother. Y'all, the reason why my mama neglected me. And she's just sitting there not saying anything, letting you fight her battle for her, letting you jump in front of this social media bullet for her, D. I don't like it. It feels to me again like a mother that is not protecting her daughter, like a mother that is not putting her daughter's best interests first. That's what it felt like to me. They are, but I can't even blame D because this is Gucci's fault. Shantae, it is your fault that your daughter is, and honestly, she's not even that delusional. She just not in a space where she can receive it for what it is. I think it has a lot to do with the place that she's in her life, in her 20s. It just has a lot to do with her age and where she is in her life. Once she gets older, hopefully it'll become clearer to her. But yeah, Sophia is emotionally disconnected from D. She is. And D is like, even to me, seeing D in the scene looking kind of disheveled and her weave not matching, and you see your mama sitting there looking all, makeup and hair done to the gods. Like, I don't like that. Like, to me, just the physical looking at the two of them, I'm like, it looks like your daughter is neglecting herself. Meanwhile, you over here sitting real pretty in your weave and your makeup and all of that. But you're sitting here letting your daughter take a hit while she looking like she's struggling. And D is also talking about how she doesn't feel as attractive anymore since she had her baby. And now her and her baby daddy, Zay, are fighting. And so Gucci is like, well, I just want y'all to work it out. No, you want her to work it out because you know that if her and that boy split up, he's not going to be there for the baby. And it's going to require you to be a grandparent in a way that you don't want to be because you're fucking selfish. So you're going to tell your daughter to stay in a relationship with a nigga that she shouldn't have never been in. Like, I don't even need to know Zay to know that they're not going to work out. I don't even need to know Zay to know that they're not going to work out based on what D said, their age and how old they are having this fucking baby. This nigga is going to run from the responsibility like most of them do. He will. And just the fact that she's talking about feeling less attractive and all of that. And so Gucci brings her on camera looking like this, like all of that is a red flag to me. And I'm not saying the girl look bad, but if you can see the juxtaposition between So Gucci looking so shiny and together and her daughter showing up looking kind of rough, I just kind of feel like I think you ain't shit in this moment. Because if my daughter tells me that she not feeling beautiful, the last thing I'm gonna do is let her come on national television not looking her best, so she can look back at this scene and have that feeling all over again that she didn't look as good as she wanted to look. You her fucking mama. You should have had somebody do a full weave, makeup, and everything on her so she could feel beautiful when she was on camera. But you let her come there to make you look good and to pour her soul out to you as you sit there quietly looking all cute and shit, y'all. I didn't like any of it. I'm sorry. I didn't like any of it. It felt wrong to me. It felt fucked up to me. And I feel bad for D. I do. I really feel bad for D. I feel like D is going to be very disagreeable. She's going to probably have a hard time making friendships with other women. And those are the friendships that she really needs. And it's because her mom has been the first woman to betray her. So she's never going to fully engage with women in a healthy manner, which means that she'll probably lean on her romantic relationships, which will drive her crazy. Because all she'll really have is these niggas. And you know you can't depend on these niggas. I feel really bad for D. Damn, I ain't even think of it like that. She's just trying to see the baby sometimes not take full care, letting her daughter down once again. Bruh, complaining about the baby wearing ruffles. I was just like, girl, I would think D must also feel a way of seeing Star with her husband and they're raising their baby together. Yep. Always comparing herself. She's going to always be comparing herself. You have basically made that a part of her childhood. It's a part of her mental makeup now to compare herself. Man, that poor fucking kid, bro. Her daughter even asked, why are we meeting late at night for ice cream? Because you don't want her at the house, right? Because she can't just come to your house with her baby, right? You could see that disconnect in their scene when Dee was telling her about her husband not wanting her because she has a child. It's like she didn't raise her. She a first-time mom, and I'm sure Gucci don't help her take time for herself at all. It's not giving she that type of mama. Come drop the baby off to me and go on and get yourself together. Not only that, I think Sophia is in competition even with JJ's girls. I think if D split with her baby daddy, she feel like she lost a battle with his girls and ex. Yeah, because they have to be more. Yes, the success thing. Yes. Her advice to her daughter was not even a good one. She didn't even really listen to her. She didn't listen to her, and you could tell that she really wanted somebody to talk to and get all of that shit off her chest to. I'm gonna pray for that little girl. I am, because I think it's so fucked up when your own mama don't do what they supposed to do by you. Also, so Gucci's personal trainer, if she is not so Gucci's a personal trainer, is she not? So why the fuck wouldn't you be helping her regain her confidence and her appearance? Like, that should be a scene. You know what I'm saying? That should have been something we saw you doing with your daughter instead of always having these pointless fucking scenes where you trying to get these other grown ass women to work out. Remember how she compared the baby showers? I remember. And why she can't come to the house when I know JJ don't care when his daughters run up through the house. Like, all of that is red flags, y'all. All of that is red flags. And I would want D to completely like detach from that family and go try to find people that love her. And I would, like, or make it on your own, boo. But I would not deal with your mama. You can't trust her. Or that son who never comes around. Child, it's absolutely giving, as long as so Gucci looks cute and her name brand shit that her ugly husband bought her. That's all she cares about. Y'all notice we never see Shantae even reach to hold her grandchild in none of the scenes we saw with D and the baby. She didn't. Like, that would be the natural. Let me hold my grandbaby. I would be sitting holding the grandbaby. Try fucking Nene reaches to hold her grandbabies. What's wrong with you? Lord. Yeah, that scene was so Gucci was very telling to me. And even D talking about how, the girls calling her, telling her that they want to catch a fade with So Gucci, and she like, I want to catch a fade with your mama, what your mama did to my mama. I'm not even paying no attention to all of that. I'm paying attention to the fact that this lady is depriving her daughter of emotional connection, and her daughter thinks picking her side in this fight will give her the emotional connection. It's the same thing that I feel Brandon and Christina are doing. Christina is hopping on Brandon's bandwagon because she thinks it's going to make her feel closer to him. It's the same thing with Dee, jumping on her mother's bandwagon so she can feel closer to her. It's the same thing. Akeisha and Latrice go to paint. This was another scene, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm starting to like Akeisha more and more every time I see her. Akeisha met up with Latrice, y'all, and this is when you can see Latrice very clearly, because Latrice is always trying to glaze over, distract from the truth of a situation. So Akeisha has her painting, but Akeisha is like, girl, I just want you to know, like, as a wife, if you need somebody to talk to, I know you have friends that may not necessarily be married, so they don't know what it's like, but I want you to know you can call me. You can come talk to me. Oh, and you can come talk to me too, honey. Latrice, stop. Just stop being fake for a moment and listen to what she's telling you. She's literally giving you space. She's making space for you. That's what she's telling you. She's telling you, I don't know what's going on. I ain't trying to pry, but I want you to know that if you need somebody, I'm making space for you. And I feel like it was so genuine. And Latrice is so used to defending herself in every situation that even if she wanted to give Akeisha an in, she's not going to do it. Because in her mind, it's probably worth more trouble. You know what I'm saying? It'll cause more trouble than it's worth. You know what I'm saying? I talk to you. It might get out. Now somebody else knows what's going on with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, then I'm gonna have to worry about it getting back to Cliff and worry about what he's gonna say if you say something to your husband. Like, she's gonna go through all of those thoughts in her head whenever she's thinking about opening up to somebody. And that's just what it is. Okay. But Latrice is always in a space of faking a funk. You too, honey girl. There's no advice you can give Akeisha. There's no advice about marriage that you can give Akeisha. Okay? Akeisha's husband is her age. He is successful. He is respectful. He adores her. He dotes on her. He takes care of her. From what we see, he has not embarrassed her publicly. Whenever we see Akeisha and Willie, I be like Akeisha and her perfect husband, because in comparison to you niggas, he is perfect. Make money, let her be her, helps her with whatever she's trying to do, rubs her feet, cooks her food, is of help and of service to her, because when he's not there, she running herself in the ground for their family. And he knows it. Y'all let them women run themselves in the ground because y'all think that's what they supposed to do, and you're not supposed to give them what they need to replenish them. That's why y'all niggas ain't shit. Okay? Like, y'all niggas ain't shit. Willie is like the perfect husband on this fucking show in comparison to y'all. All right? You know, everybody got their issues, but we ain't gonna front on that man. That every time we see him, he is being a better example of a man than all three of them other niggas put together. More manhood in his pinky finger than Cliff, Glenn, and JJ got in a whole fucking fist. Okay? Gucci invites Letitia to the clothing drive. Selena is usually there, but she won't be this time. Gucci is still saying that Latrice orchestrated the fight. She said, I mean, even if she didn't, that's what it felt like. Now, you just had a conversation with Latrice last episode where you said to her that you know that she did not set the fight up, but you're going to continue to say that to other people. Do y'all not see how fucked up this is? An actual help me. Do you hear me? An actual help me. Yo, it is annoying as fuck to me the way Shantae, and I'm gonna start calling her Shantae because I'm tired of calling her so Gucci. My mouth don't be wanting to say it. Shantae, bitch, you just had a conversation where you admitted that you didn't really think Latrice had Selena fight you. But you still going around telling people that. And I also don't like the fact that you continue to act like Selena just jumped on you. You had to turn around and run up on Selena in order for that fight to happen. You did engage in that fight. You did start that fight. As far as I'm concerned, fuck it. You started the fight. Yes, you did. You started the fight. You did. I don't care. You started the fight. And now you pressing charges? Girl, fuck you. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like all that fake shit that she doing, trying to pretend like she is a classy lady and she has to do it the lady way, pressing charges. Girl, fuck you. Pressing charges ain't got nothing to do with being a fucking lady. If you was really a lady, you would have spoke to Selena and kept it cute and cordial, but that's not what you did. You ignored her, called her an extra, and then ran up on her like you was expecting her to back down and got your fucking head knocked. That's what happened. And now you want to get up here and act like Latrice set you up? How dare you, bitch? You had a fight at that lady's event, and now you trying to blame her as if Selena and Latrice have not been friends for years, going to events with you without any fights happening? So now it's Latrice's fault. It couldn't just be your fault because you came in a room trying to put on for everybody with your aggressive ass energy, right? You was trying to walk in the room and shit on people. That's what you was trying to do. So Gucci, your energy was hostile when you walked into the room. I don't care what you're talking about. Okay? Anyway, I also don't like the way she brought up Latrice, talking about her life is in shambles, so she's trying to mess somebody else's relationship up. Bitch, your relationship is in shambles too. Let your stepdaughter tell it. Let your stepdaughter tell it that nigga cheating on you all the time too. And you said in the confessional that y'all relationship not perfect. Y'all be going through it all the time. What y'all going through it about? Because we know it ain't his mama the way you pretend that it is. I guess there must be some truth to the cheating shit, right? Anyway, and a lot of those men probably feel like I pay the bills. I can do whatever I want. I can cheat on you because I pay all the bills. I bet you any money that's how he treats So Gucci. He couldn't treat Selena like that because Selena can go get another man to pay her bills. Shantae may not necessarily feel like she gonna get lucky and find another man that's gonna pay her bills like this nigga does. It don't even matter if you got a business. It's still a badge of honor for you to have a man with money that's providing for you in a certain way. I'm from the South too. I know what the fuck it is. You can be successful all on your own, but bitches will still clown you if your nigga not making enough to make it look like he taking care of you. So you out here acting like, real thirsty behind JJ because JJ is a provider. Anyway, Letitia talks about what's going on with Cliff and Latrice. Everybody, was noticing how at Akeisha's last little event, how Latrice and Cliff walk in. Cliff start with the bullshit with Letitia. He walk outside. Latrice comes back inside with the look on her face like, girl, let me get him out of here before he embarrasses me even further, okay? And everybody noticed that. My problem with Shantae and Marie, if y'all are not going to have any real compassion for Latrice in this situation, please do us a favor and shut the fuck up. Because I don't want to hear you guys' opinion on it if y'all are not going to see it clearly. She's obviously being abused in this relationship. And if y'all are going to use her being in an abusive relationship to malign her further so that you can look good and you can make your point that you're right and she's wrong, I'm going to rib the fuck out of y'all every chance I get. Nostrils, wig, I'm going to rib y'all the fuck down. Okay? I'm going to ask Shantae, is she licking in between that nasty nigga's parts? Because that's what it's giving. It's giving you up there sucking on ponytail endings and like they dicks and shit so you can turn this nigga on. Y'all remember on School Days where Tisha Campbell is a pick-me and licking down this nigga's part because she's so in love with him. Yeah, it's giving So Gucci is sucking JJ's ponytails every night to make sure that he's that he's giving her what she needs. Child. Latrice invites Cliff on a date and tells him some good news. All right, to tell him some good news. He's late. And then when she says you late, he says, well, somebody got to make the money. Y'all, somebody got to make the money? She does make money. She does make money, Cliff. You're not the only person that makes money. Why do you feel like you making money means you can disrespect her time and be late and not even apologetic because you make money? You're not the only one that makes money, nigga. You being late should have followed with, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry I'm late. But you can't even give her, I'm sorry I'm late. You have no respect for her. You don't respect her. You don't. So when you say you respect her, you're a motherfucking lie. Latrice tells him about signing a contract with Ultra to get her edge control being sold nationwide. Cliff gets angry with her. So you didn't want to sign a contract without letting me see it first. Huh? You didn't want to sign a contract. You ain't supposed to do that. We are one. We husband and wife. You're supposed to let me read it before you sign anything. She was like, well, I signed the contract 2 weeks ago. You can read it when we get home. You're like, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, I waste my breath talking to you and I didn't waste my breath being with you. He didn't waste his time being with her. See what I'm saying? Why are you talking to her like that? Why are you telling her that you wasting first of all, nigga, you don't deserve that young woman. Your old, ugly, decrepit, weak dick, no talking ass does not deserve that beautiful, successful, capable young woman. On base level, your old ass needs to be alone or with somebody your age. But you should not be with Latrice. If it were not for the fact that we live in a patriarchal society that really withholds resources from women, you would not be able to get Latrice. And we were not coming off the 60s, 70s, and 80s where a lot of these things were still prevalent. Women not being able to make their own money, therefore being in relationships with niggas that can make the money, disrespecting them and holding it over their head. If she wasn't as old, like as old as she is, it would be too late for this. But y'all got Latrice at the right age, in the right part of the country, in Mississippi, being born early 90s, late 80s. You still getting kids that's grown up to think that some man is their fucking savior. Okay? But in real life, without the delusions that y'all tell yourselves, Cliff, you are undeserving of Latrice. Period. I don't give a fuck about Latrice's personality traits, none of that. Just on physicality, you are undeserving of that woman, and you know it. So you have to remind her with every breath how she is undeserving in some capacity. That's why you gotta be late to be disrespectful, and then tell her it's because you make the money, so you don't have to respect her because you make the money. Then she does something in her own business without you, which she should be able to do. It's her fucking business, and you tell her that you are wasting your time on her. No, she's wasting her time on you. She is wasting her youth and the best years of her fucking life on you. She can be with a man who is actually fully attractive, a man that doesn't disrespect her, a man that supports her business, a man whose dick works, a man who she doesn't have to leave the house, the house that they live in together. She can be with somebody her age, more attractive, still successful, and better than you. She really can. And she should, but you want to convince her otherwise so that she'll stay with your ass, which is why he has to make her feel like she can't handle her business without him. And then he incites fear in her by telling her she gonna make a fucking fool of herself. Yeah, you're gonna do what you want to do, and then when you make a fool out of yourself, you're gonna want to come cry to me. Well, you're her husband. You're her husband. And so as she is doing her business, she's gonna have good business days and bad business days. You have bad business days in everybody that does business is going to have to learn from falling. That's how it works. She's young. She's supposed to have these moments of not knowing something, learning it, and then getting smarter. That's what she's supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to tell her that she can't learn from her own mistakes. That's an issue for me. She's supposed to be learning from her own mistakes, but you want to make her think that she can't be smart enough and strong enough on her own, so she's always going to need you. That's bullshit. He walks out. She runs out behind him, which was a mistake to me. She always pretending that she don't need him. Child, check, honey. Like, I'm letting him know I don't need him. I'm gonna do this on my own. But then you run behind him crying, talking about you understand how he feel because you wouldn't want him to sign something without you. Girl, that's bullshit. You know that nigga handle his business without telling you, because it comes from the mindset that he knows more than you. So he doesn't have to include you because you don't know more than him. But you need to include him because he's your fucking father figure. Remember? Girl, Letitia does new promo for her brunch. She wants Marie on her panel, but Marie doesn't want to be on the panel because Latrice is going to be there. Marie wants Letitia to apologize to her for believing Latrice all the way from the reunion of season 1, where they were talking about how Marie's businesses were fraudulent in some capacity. I want you to admit that you believe Latrice and she was lying about me. And Letitia is like, girl, this is not about you though. My brunch is not about you. Okay. I want you to come and be on the panel so you can talk about business. I don't understand why you can't come and be on the panel and talk about business because Latrice is going to be there. Y'all were just at a party together smacking ass. And now you here telling me that you can't support Letitia's business because of Latrice. That sounds like bullshit to me. That sounds like bullshit to me. I feel like Marie always wants somebody to be kissing her ass. You always want somebody to be running behind you. You always want somebody to be indebted to you. You always want somebody to be thanking you and humbling themselves to you. And I'm just getting real tired of Marie with the bullshit. Y'all have already discussed and resolved this issue, and you keep bringing it up. It's because you don't have nothing else going on over there. You don't even want to be honest about your fucking surgeries. Okay, you could have took us along the way for the new ass and new nose that you didn't got. Okay. But instead, you won't hide and act like it's real, and then continue this stupid beef with Latrice over maligning each other's businesses when really, bitch, you started it. The very first episode where you tried to come on the show to show Latrice's wigs was shitty. You started it, bitch. You started it, and she kept it going, and now you want to play victim? Get the fuck out of here, Marie. If I was Letitia, I would just say, bitch, you either gonna come or you not gonna come. I'm not gonna beg you. Anyway, when Letitia, Letitia says that she believed Latrice, she's sorry she was wrong. They hug, they discuss Letitia and Glenn and how they're in a good place and they're dating. Letitia, you are in an abusive, manipulative relationship just like Latrice is. So the scene with you talking to her is low-key heartwarming yet hilarious. But first, Latrice talks to her mom and finally admits that she made a mistake when she started calling Cliff Zaddy, because that now makes him handle her like she's a child. And I'm like, Latrice, that's not how that happened. Yeah, that was the mistake you made for allowing your trauma to dictate the way you ran your marriage. Absolutely. But please understand, Cliff sought you out so that he could control you from the very beginning. You did not turn him into a father figure. He was already a father figure. He already knew when he got with you that you did not have the father figure in your life and you were looking for it and searching for it. He intentionally sought you out because you were a young, beautiful, fertile woman that could be controlled and told what to do because you didn't have enough experience in life yet. And also because your father was not there for you. So you are someone that has a trauma that makes you prime pickings for a nasty old man to come and make you feel like he's doing something special because he's able to provide for you financially in a way that men your age aren't able to because they haven't been on this earth for 40 fucking plus years yet. Okay? That's just how it is. If they don't come from money, most black people do not come from money. So that means that most black men are not going to have it all in their 20s. They have to build it. That's why we allow for potential, but you have to see the work happening and not just the potential. Okay? A man has to actually be working towards something. And it don't take that long for you to see if a nigga's actually working towards something or not. But because a lot of us grew up being get it girls, meaning that we want to get it. We want the niggas with money. We want to feel special. We want to get out of our dire straits, our scarcity lifestyles. We want to get out of that. So we look for people to help us get out of that. And because we live in a patriarchal society where men hoard resources, who's the one that's going to help you get out of your situation? Some old ass nigga that's looking for a young woman to manipulate because older women are going to see him coming a mile away. Older women are going to make him feel like the small, insecure little man that he actually is. But because you're young, don't have enough life experience, and you have daddy issues, you're going to see him as gold and you're going to praise him. He knows that. He knew that before he really sunk his teeth into you. And you're delusional because you don't know that. You think that you turned him into the father figure by calling him Zaddy. He was already that before you even started calling him that. That's why you started calling him that, because he was already treating you like you were a fucking child, Latrice. And I'm with your mama. I'd have beat his ass and left him a long time ago. But, she gonna marry Alice the situation. She gonna say her piece and she gonna leave, okay? And lastly, the clothing drive. JJ and Shantae are using this clothing drive to make it seem as if they're good people, meanwhile being bad people to their family members. I'm just saying, yeah, you want to give clothes to people that need clothes, but you want to press charges against the girl's mom and stress everybody out and have y'all going to court unnecessarily, costing money and shit. Like, that's so stupid to me. You stressing everybody in the family out behind this shit, and it's unnecessary. You did not. She has to be held accountable. You are full of shit. You are full of shit. If she needs to be held accountable, then so do you. Then so do you. That lady did not attack you. You turned around and ran up on her, Shantae. You took full part in that fucking fight, even though you refused to admit it. Anyway, the kids were there. Letitia takes Latrice to the side to talk to her about how her marriage is a topic of conversation. And Latrice automatically, I don't care what nobody got to say about my marriage. Listen, okay? I'm thinking about you. And if I was being treated by Glenn the way you being treated by Cliff, I would want you to care about me. I would want you to come talk to me if it was me. This is the moment where Latrice is trying to hold the shit in, but she can't. And you can see her the pain look on her face as her trying to keep the tears in. Because it's somebody that's in an abusive relationship, you're with a partner that makes you feel like they don't care about your feelings. They make you feel sometimes that they care, but most of your experience is feeling that your feelings, your wants, your needs are not as important as his are. So when your friends come to you and say, girl, this looks bad from the standpoint of we are worried about you, it's hard not to immediately start crying, because that's what you're starving for. You are literally starving for somebody to look at you and say, girl, what is going on? We're scared for you. Are you okay? We see what's happening. Well, as soon as you tell her that and she realizes that her front is not being kept up, she won't break down. You can tell in the scene that she wanted to break down, because in her mind, nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. And your friend turn to you and say, bitch, I care and I'm worried. Girl, it's going to break it open, but she's not going to change. So y'all can have as many conversations with her as y'all want to. I'm glad y'all did y'all part as her friends, but essentially she won't hear y'all. She won't listen to y'all, and she's going to stay with him. And it's unfortunate, but that's why at some point you got to marry Alice. I said my piece, and that's that on that. So yeah, y'all, that's all, that happened in this episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. Okay, so we 3 hours in, which means now my other recording is probably going to end or cause some issue. So I don't want to stay on here too much longer. Let me read y'all comments and then I'm going to get out of here for y'all. Latrice's face shifted and her mask was off for a few seconds. Bruh, the pain of her trying to hold that cry back. Yeah, okay. She wanted to tell her so bad and break down. Latrice needs to release. She does. Meanwhile, she not taking none. Right. No accountability. Verbally abusive, just like Latrice. So sad. Marie don't need to be at none other brunch. Oh, she did start. She did. That's why I'm like, girl, cut it the fuck out. Enjoyed your review. We need to call you Dr. Cleo Blue from now. No, y'all. Eventually, y'all can call me Dr. Blue once I get my doctorate. Okay. Latrice spaceship. Yeah, girl. All right, y'all. I'm tired. I'm done. It's been 3 hours. I love y'all so much. I enjoyed this. I'll probably hop on Instagram Live. I have to go and watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll give y'all that review tomorrow. So yeah, and we'll probably do we'll do a Bondi Blue show members only, and I'll probably find one topic to talk to everybody else about. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I love y'all. I appreciate all my members. I be seeing y'all. The numbers are up, but she can't trust any of them and they can't trust her. She hears it, but she doesn't really trust anyone. Nope. And she can't trust anyone because all of the women are being controlled by their husbands in some respect. Akeisha is probably the only person that she really could go and talk to and trust. She's the only one. I feel like you can't trust Letitia. Letitia's going to tell Glenn anything in order to make herself feel closer to him. And he's going to say something to the other two men. You know, you can't talk to So Gucci. Y'all ain't friends like that. You know, you can't talk to Maria Tambra. You know what I'm saying? Like Tambra got her own shit going on. Akeisha is really the only person that Latrice could probably talk to and it be genuine. But she's not going to take it because she feels inferior in some respect. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later.